It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't the politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Today. Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Sunday Sermon with Máyégún live in that particular order. So to those members of the temple, new members, let's put it that way, who just stumbled on Máyégún's diary political by chance or by invitation. You see that jingles in the beginning, that song is not just a song, it is also a message. And it is a means of calling all the Templars, wherever you are, and the notification pops up on your device, or somebody is watching Máyégún or about to watch Máyégún by your side. This is like a call to service, like, you know, like the Muslims will call what's that called again? Call to prayer. The song that opens up this conversation on Máyégún's diary political is an invitation song. Máyégún today. Máyégún today. Do you get that? Get used to it. Or better still, once Máyégún pops up, you can just not watch it for the first 5-6 minutes. And then you can join later to watch. Whatever works for you. If you're watching a replay on Máyégún's diary political, you can skip the song if it's boring to you. But don't ever, right, condemn it. Don't call it boring if your life is not boring already. Okay? It's not forced on you. And it's never going to change. Because it is also part and parcel of this broadcast. Having said that, brethren, read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Like it. Share it, to invite your friends and your not so friendly friends and tell all of them the same thing. Máyégún today. Today, we are having our Sunday sermon. Sunday sermon on Máyégún's diary political used to be every Sunday, but lately it has become almost once in a month program. It is a no holds bar session on Máyégún's diary political. No old bars, which means I am going to say things that those who love to be politically correct are likely not going to be comfortable with. Okay? So if you know that you do not have this, thick skin to take in what will come out of Máyégún's mouth, I always kind of like advise, the viewers not to watch. Because if you come here to come and do political correctness, you see, there are people or there are parts of the presentation that will require me to call people by who I see them as, and I do not hold back. So do not come on to Máyégún's diary political to begin to look for respect for criminals. Okay? Do not come to Máyégún's diary political, right, to expect some regard for, tribalists and all that. Don't come to Máyégún's diary political on Sunday to defend your pastor, or to come and defend your imams, or any other people that possibly pops up in the conversation. You self go collect, so, I always love to advise people beforehand. You understand now? So if you are not comfortable with Mayegun's style, maybe you are actually not supposed to be here. Okay? Do not come to Mayegun's Diary Political on Sunday or any day at all to tell Mayegun what to talk about or what not to talk about. You get that now? And if you misbehave, if you start acting like a nuisance in the comment section, there are people walking about with spanners. Nobody will hear you again. These are just the caveats. And I love to remind everyone on Sundays, especially our new members. But everything else, right, is a free-for-all. Today, you see, there's something about Mayegun's Diary Political. We are not claiming to be saints or to be perfect, but we are also not going to push propaganda, lies. That is why you possibly will love Mayegun when Mayegun is talking about the people you don't like. Oh, we are going to agree on this. Say, God bless you. This guy gets sense. Man, I love this guy. I love his, man, you know. People have said that to me a lot. Only for them to change their mind later, because when I started talking about the people they like, but they are horrible people, criminals in their own right, then they don't like me anymore. My friend, you shut up your mouth. You are a coward. You are Afonja. Some of them don't call me Afonja. They used to like me until I kind of touch, you know, the people they love and respect, even though they are criminals too, in their right. So on Mayegun's Diary Political, I always remind my own listeners. I don't call you my followers. You are my listeners. You get it now that you do not owe me anything. I appreciate everyone that says, oh, I love this guy, I love Mayegun. They've always been there. The real Templars. You get that now? But I always remind them, you do not owe me anything. Because that you claim to like me for some reasons will not actually control what and what I will talk about or I won't talk about. So, in order not to feel so disappointed in yourself, when you say you like Mayegun, you have to like and love me unconditionally. You know what is that? Unconditionally. That means you know they attach any condition. So, you do not owe me anything. You can like me in the morning, and by afternoon, I may say something that will make you so uncomfortable, so angry. And you can take back your like. And I won't even notice, except when you say it. Oh, I used to respect this guy. Someone sent me a message and said, I thought this guy is a real person. I'm going to stop watching you. I was like, oh, if you didn't tell me that you are watching me, possibly I won't even know. But anyway, this is also part of the caveat. You do not owe me anything, all right? All I owe you is to tell you the truth, even if it's going to make you uncomfortable, even if we have to disagree. And guess what? I am somebody who believes that I am not above error or mistake. That is why before I put anything out, I always kind of have the solid facts behind it. You get that now? Solid facts, not emotional facts. Solid. And if by any means I have to be wrong, I do not hold back. So I am so sorry, I was wrong. That is me. I don't know it all. So on Mayegun's Diary Political, I will say my truth. You will say yours. What will never be allowed is for you to cherry pick the truth. You don't cherry pick here. Okay? And that is why when you look at those, what do you call it? When you look at those who don't like Mayegun that much, there are those who are offended by the exposés on Mayegun's Diary Political. And finally, too, I love to remind everyone, I am not a human rights fighter. I'm not a freedom fighter. I am not a journalist that you are looking at like that. You can call me, a citizen, sort of right. I coined the name. I prefer you to call me Mayegun. All right? Just call me Mayegun. no others. I am not here to fight for your freedom. I am not here to fight for your rights. If you can't fight for your rights, move away. Let me kind of see the front and meet those who are ready. I am here to encourage enough of us who are victims of that contraption to possibly jettison all our own selfish interest, find a common ground, and face the common enemy. And that if we have that sizable number, we are likely going to change the course of our own history. I am not here to fight for you. If you can't fight for yourself, go to hell. If you are that crippled, if you're that crippled in mind and all that, that's your business. So do not come here to think that there is this ethic or guidance and laws. No. I write my own rules. You get that now? And so far, so good. I've found a lot of like-minded people who believes that all of us have a common enemy. And that is the establishment, which housed all tribes, ethnic, religious, and what have you bodies in that contraption. So if we manage to get that number, right? So no one is going to come and take the glory of anything at all. So it's going to be like a collective fight. And the liberation, the revolution that we are talking about is pretty much going to be the revolution of the mind. If the mind is revolutionized, if the mind is liberated, right? Everything else is going to be a piece of cake. Do you understand? Thank you. So that I don't know how you see me, and it is not my own fault if you see me in any light at all, okay? But I know who I am, and I will never exaggerate myself more than just a teacher, okay? So, brethren, Davido is the latest punching bag for the Ronukus because of what he said to a podcast host in America. David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, is an Afrobeat star from Nigeria. He is actually a Nigerian ambassador. If you are looking at those who are portraying Nigeria as a nice place, good people, loving people, hardworking people, achievers, Davido would kind of top the charts. Those who destroy or are destroying Nigeria, your criminal politicians, your pastors, your imams, your traditional leaders, your local leaders, and then their foot soldiers, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers. Those are those who are actually, destroying Nigeria image abroad. When you meet foreigners and they want to tell you about Nigeria, apart from all the negativity that all these your criminal politicians have brought upon Nigeria and Africa, the music from Nigeria has sold Nigeria as such a very lovely place. You see a lot of them who fell in love with Nigeria because of Wizkid, because of Davido, because of Fino, because of all of these your stars from Nigeria who have brought great publicity, great positivity to Nigeria, from abroad, from all over the world. These are guys who are mostly self-made. Thank you, Jerry. I know I was expecting the people with the spanners to have come around. Mr. C121, who will kill you there. Disappointed in me with what I said days ago. Who kill you times 1,000, 1 million. I just told you right now that I didn't appoint you in the first place. So if you ever feel disappointed in whatever I say, now Google kill you 1 million times. Why do you think I have to care whether you are appointed or you are disappointed in what I say? Why do you think I have to care? Oh, because you are watching, will kill you times 1,000 times. I know my spanner men will be here soon. Sure you get. And the moment I cut your useless, comment, I didn't ask you to to be appointed in me. Is heaven a word? Appointed, disappointed. You they mad. If you are disappointed in me with whatever I say on Mayegun's Diary Political, the best you can do is what? Stop watching me. Unsubscribe. Remove yourself. It saves you a lot. A lot of stress. Honestly, you don't know. It saves you a lot. Anyway, the Nigeria economy, which has brought so much hardship, poverty, corruption, what else? Terrorism, where Nigeria is now considered as the poverty capital of the world. These are obvious truths. Okay? In Nigeria, the number of, the level of poverty is currently put at over 80% of Nigerians are living below $1 a day. Like, people are so wretched in Nigeria that the number of, normally when you have big number, it should have been a blessing when you have a big population. See, we are 200 million people. Wow. That should be a blessing. Any business all over the world would want to be in such place if the economy is fine. If the people living in that place are not wretched, poor, where they can afford basic things, you can sell anything where you put for that place. You go, they sell like, you know what I mean? You can become a multimillionaire once you go into such economy. It is like America. There are poor people in America, but with the population of about 300 and something million people, right? If immediately you try to create a small market or try to solve a solution in such economy, you can become a multimillionaire in America within a year or two. But the criminals, the ruiners of that contraption, they have impoverished the people so much, right, that even the current drug dealer, who is their president, is the number one, what do you call that thing again? Oh, the number one person that is selling Nigeria poor all over the world. His record is everywhere in the world. You get that now? So the people have become so poor that they cannot afford basic things. Rather, majority have now turned to beggars, including their government. So Davido, who has his own, he has his own football deal, you get, is a privileged child, no doubt, but very much hardworking as well. If you have anybody that is working like, say, in the poor person, Davido is the son of a billionaire. Is also the is a nephew to a state governor, a godson to a state governor. He himself is a multimillionaire in his own right, which means somehow is among the top 5% of Nigeria, the elite. But you can pretend, so you get now, that you are okay, while you are existing in a shithole, where a country after 64 years of independence could not boast of electricity, no medical care, no medical, no educational, infrastructure. They do not have any proper rail network transportation system. No. Their roads are, they are filled with, death traps, they call it. Terrorists are controlling almost half of the country. Areas called ungoverned areas. Now, you see, Davido is not in that category of those who feel most of these things except for the bad roads. He's got his own popsies private jet. He flies everywhere he wants to. And he can afford to fly on higher private jet without even using his own father's jet, right? He is driving about in the most expensive, exotic automobiles. Most of them he bought himself. He is a privileged child that his own entire family do not know anything about poverty. Okay? Then he is an American. So it was on this podcast show in the US. And the Americans, currently, some of them are saying they want to leave America. Yeah, they want to leave America because of Donald Trump. And some of them were blacks. They are contemplating going back to Africa. And with the likes of Davido, who have sung about Nigeria, who have sung from Nigeria, who have kind of like made it out of Nigeria in the music industry to the international stage. Who is the person to ask about Africa other than somebody like that? And of course, he was very honest. Very, very honest. Now listen to what he said and tell me if he lied. Because the Ronukus will like somebody to lie. Typical Nigerians want you to lie and tell the world that Nigeria is the best country in the world. You know, you do say that. Some of you do say that. Nigeria would have been the best country in the world if not because of bad leadership. Oh, Nigeria, you are lying to yourselves. Maybe this is going to be a time for you to begin to have a reflection on that. Davido told this guy, and this triggered the Ronukus.
My original question was like, so for if people want to leave America and like try to find those
Leave America and go where?
back home,
Let's be honest. Go back where? It's not cool back home.
it's not.
Just, I mean, my country now is in the economy now is in shambles. Like,
But if okay, so if people are leaving,
I do my part.
yeah,
I'm an ambassador. So when I go home and I'm filming and showing, I'm not gonna show the bad parts. I ain't gonna show all the
you're not
bad
gonna try to
parts.
slum. You're not gonna show the trenches.
No, I go to the trenches.
Yeah.
I film the trenches, but I'm talking about the situation in the country.
Yeah,
We Nigerians, you know what I'm saying? Like now the exchange rate is messed up. A lot of stuff not going well. You know what I'm saying? The economy is just not good anymore. The oil prices are too high. And imagine a country that produces oil. We produce the oil, and we pay more money for oil than a country that's importing the oil. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's stuff like that. But regardless, entertainment is one of the things that's made Africa look good.
yeah.
We do not have the best leaders. That's a fact.
But my original question was like, so
This is what godson said. It's going to be awkward if I'm talking and then you are hearing this sound, yeah, behind. Tell me, how does that sound? Hang on. Okay, I'll take it out. Thank you very much, Sarah Mafar. I don't know if I pronounced that right. The person that is mis-selling Nigeria in the world right now is thiefnubu. Everywhere he goes, it is like people are running away from him. They are never attracted to that contraption because, except if you have blood money or you want to make blood money, that is when you are going to be associated with thiefnubu, the druggie. There's nothing that Davido said that's a lie. And don't get me wrong, I can't 100% separate Davido, okay, from his family and his family's role in the rot. Okay, they are at least partly part of it too. Okay, but did he lie? That guy said that we'll go to Africa. I said, go where? Go back to where? Africa, Nigeria? No. There are many Ronukus abroad that actually prefer to love Nigeria from abroad. Some of them are currently having a say on top this matter that he should have lied. He should have said, oh, Nigeria is a great... No. He's been honest. Right? When you go to the trenches, where people are trying to make it out of the trenches, right? Some are using music, some are trying to use sports. It's just like 1 out of 1 million of them will make it above water, their head above water. Many others are drowning in the lack of opportunity created by these rogues. Few days ago, Kolu was talking to the G20 countries or leaders in Brazil. I have played you this video before, and I want to play it again, just for the context of this conversation. And you tell me that somebody who is an artist, an ambassador of Nigeria, the one that goes everywhere to sing about a lot, showcase Nigeria in a beautiful way, even when they are showing you the trenches, yeah, they will make you think, it's actually really not bad to be living in the ghetto. So, you know, when you see Wizkid is making his video from Surulere. Some of you who live in Surulere will be wondering, like, shit, this same Surulere look beautiful in this video. When that video goes to the trenches and they show all the children, some of them, who are living in poverty, and you see them smiling and dancing and all of that, or driving their most expensive cars in their musical videos, in the ghetto, in the roughest of the roughest areas, in Lagos and other places. Even you living in that ghetto, you could be one that say, I want ghetto fine, sha. Or you like say this ghetto say fine. But the reality is that they are portraying Nigeria artistically. They are portraying Nigeria as a I'm gone. Give me a sec. Don't worry. Every time I see your comment, okay, I'll take care of you and I'll possibly answer it. Okay. Number one, you do not have any reason if you are not offended by the people I am talking about. Take, for example, somebody said, Mayegun cannot take half of what he's dishing out. Tell me, you that said that, look at me. What have I done to affect your life negatively? Like, what do you think I have done as Mayegun that affects your life negatively? The people I am talking about, what have they done to affect your lives in that contraption positively? Why would you abuse me or attack me when I am talking about those who have destroyed Nigeria or destroying Nigeria? It's a good question, though. Like, okay, I want to criticize Mayegun. What will your criticism be based on? Because you are reacting to the people I spoke about. Abi? And then you want me to take that, because whatever you want to abuse me for, it is based on your reaction to the people I am talking about. The people I am talking about, well, I mean, were the things I am saying about them lies, your criminal politicians, if I say something about them, like I do all the time, was I making them up? So you that want to abuse me, that think I can't take what I am dishing out, I don't know you. I'm not even talking about you. So it's not as if to say I'm talking about you and you want to respond to me. Like if I'm talking about, like, okay, you, Director Scott, you, this person, then you can respond to me. Right? It don't make sense. I am not your governors. I am not your politicians. I am not one of those who make decisions in that contraption. So why would you attack me or abuse me? Because I'm talking about those whose actions affect me too. Reason them now. I'm just saying, when I speak about your criminal governors, when I say something about your criminal politicians or your criminal pastors or your religious, criminals and all that, I'm not talking about you. You are just a viewer who take offense. You are either offended because of the language I'm using on them, which is not you. It's not on you. So why would you want to abuse me? If not because you are possibly a closet supporter of these criminals. That's the only way you can respond to me. I wouldn't mind if ThiefnubuTold's children take offense because I'm talking about their father or their mother. Well, that would be like fear to say, you are talking about my daddy. You that want to abuse Mayegun on their behalf, Well, what exactly would you say Mayegun have said about you that offended you? Olori Buruku ni. You don't get. And I know you have always been there. You will always be there. Eh? No, don't worry. I mean, Sunday sermon, that's the way, that's what that means. That is how we roll. I'm not going to derail from the whole conversation. I just want to kind of, give it back to them. Like, if you're a Ronuku, the only reason why you'll be offended, and you want to dish out to me, like, what would you say, okay, Mayegun has done to affect your life? Nothing. I have not done anything to affect your lives, negatively than positively. So you are only offended because Mayegun is talking about people that somehow you like. You don't want him to talk about them. So therefore, you can then abuse Mayegun, call me names, make up all the nonsense that will make you feel better, just because you are offended. I'm talking about the rogues and the criminals in that contraption. Do you see that? Okay. So, Davido, from a very privileged background, his own reality is the dream or fantasy of so many victims of that contraption today. You all want to have an amazing career. You want to have a stable family, kind of like a stable financial life, Abi? But the rogues deciding for the millions of you in that contraption today, they are taking all of that away from you. Devalued your currencies. Right? Devalued your currencies. They are harboring terrorists enough that they are protecting them. Those ones in uniform and those ones in the rags and carrying guns. So their actions have denied you and millions of you the reality that is that of a David. So the Ronukus want you to lie that Nigeria is a great country. Okay, Nigeria is a better country. Now the leadership problem we get. Meanwhile, we have horrible people who are pretty much, their criminal leaders are the reflection of the majority of the Nigerians inside that contraption. Your leaders are your reflection. When I was doing my own research, which I have shared here many times, I realized that if you were born in the 80s, for example, you'll be fed with the stories of the 60s, 70s, and the decisions and the indecisions of those people of that era that changed and reshaped the contraption to what it was when you were born in the 80s. You'll be hearing the names like, Yakubu Golos. You'll be hearing the names like, Babangida, the names like Obang Paros and Co. You get Bokuwari, Danjuma, all those names. When you look very well today, you realize that majority of those who are destroying Nigeria today, these are new faces who were never part and parcel of those who destroyed it 40, 50 years back. So you have new crop of criminals who were also out. They are from the same people who are victims victims of today. When you look at your local government chairman, when you look at your state governors, these were not people who were once in power 10, 20 years ago. Right? Because the system will continue to pick from those of you who are waiting for your turn, lying to yourselves, never willing to say the truth. Lying to yourself that Nigeria is a great country. Now only bad leadership we get. No, you also have bad citizenship. Bad people looking around, waiting for their turn, justifying the criminality, defending it, and shutting down anybody who says the truth per se. Well, if they don't like the person. What did David say that thiefnubu didn't say in Rio a few days ago? I'm going to replay this. Like I said, I've played this before, and I need to warn you. This was thiefnubu He wasn't talking about how great Nigeria is. He was not talking about the potential of the Nigerians. He was right there, lamenting, nearly crying, begging for money. He's got no solution, no nothing. And he was supposed to be the president of the most populous nation on earth. I mean, most populous black nation on earth. Nigeria. Listen to Kolu again. Remember this.
Luis Lula da Silva, the President of the Federative Republic of Brazil. Other world leaders here present, Your Excellencies, Head of State and Government. It is an honor to address this gathering of the G20 Leaders Summit taking place in this beautiful and historic city of Rio. Let me, at the onset, express gratitude to the government of Brazil for extending the invitation to us, and to me in particular, as Nigerian, and to highlight the problem of poverty and hunger. The session devoted to fighting poverty and hunger. I am from Nigeria. It's better to give you the true picture of what's going on. In Africa, we have terrorism challenges, insecurity challenges that are preventing farmers to even go to their farm. We have problem in Sudan, displacing people. We have problem of climate change, flooding, destroying crops. And we have problem of protectionism. We have problems. It is very important to make it clear and louder here. We have problem of out of school children. We have problem of funding free education or giving our children 1 meal a day in a classroom to even make them pay attention to school. Africa has that problem. And the problem is compounded by some other conflicts around the world. The war in Ukraine and others. The war on Gaza Strip. That's poverty-driven problems. What do I do to help the small-scale industry? The cost of funding is expensive. What do I do to get power to industrialize my country? The cost of funding is extremely expensive. The developed world need to extend these promises that you have heard here today. I must salute every one of you. But support the continent. The neglect of Africa is a danger to the rest of humanity. And we have to lift one another up. We have to build an inclusive economy that takes into account the population growth. In Nigeria, I have over 250 million souls. The fight against hunger and poverty is not a matter of choice, but a matter of priority for me. Where do I get those helps? have a very vibrant youth population, 70% below the age of 30, in schools, set up funding for their education. It's a challenge. And even if I have the phone, how do I turn it around? Reform, yes, I must. And I've embarked upon that aggressively. But as I go through that reform, I must equally see that the other hand, the hunger and poverty is resisting to all of us here. Investment in education, investment in health, investment in food security, cheaper financing, the risk in various African countries, putting us on a better and more progressive arrangement to prioritize food security and the agricultural reforms are necessary. We need to take action now and quickly. I'm glad Brazil has brought the question of hunger and poverty to the forefront. Why wish you a very successful deliberation. We've signed off for the contract, and I support all the efforts to eradicate.
Nuisance leleyi.
That was a thiefnubu few days ago. So you tell me, if the person who is in charge to make decisions, all right, is not a private citizen, no, is the president of Nigeria, is the one that is making decisions. But where do I go? What do I do to find money? Well, who do I, like, are you mad? Of course, call you no doubt. All right? And call you shire enough to the people that are, pushing him on, or the praise singers, and one year will reach you. Especially the ones who live abroad. The Olori Brukus that are loving Nigeria from abroad. The ones that will never relocate back to that shithole. Okay? And to them, thiefnubu reform is working. Doyo Kuigbe yesterday said thiefnubu reform will take another 2 years. Baba, say all these older lunatics, right? They are worse. I don't know which one is worse though. Because if you are an older weary and a younger weary, older weary are like the old wine, like it's very, very strong. And then the younger wearies are the energetic wearies, who are also very much duplicious, like pretentious too, right? Thiefnubu said his reform is working. Nigeria Naira collapsed again, since they said they are going to borrow another 2.2 billion. According to Wale Idun, the one that is in charge of Nigeria's economy, Wale Idun said they have been able to save $20 billion from thiefnubu's policies. Even though a lot of people were wondering, okay, if you save $20 billion from subsidy removal, how come you are borrowing again? Well, the explanation is that it is not cash. It's not that we saved the cash. What we mean by saying we saved $20 billion, that's what he said. He said what they meant by, it didn't say that. I think it's some Ronukus that were like doing the annual before, interpreting what Wale do, what he meant. Okay, they said the $20 billion that thiefnubu saved is an imaginary savings. Okay, it's not like it's a cash that it is saved. What thiefnubu saved Nigeria from is whatever the Nigeria's debt is right now. If thiefnubu did not remove subsidy, they said you should add $20 billion to it. If thiefnubu did not start his reform, they said add $20 billion to the debt now. That would have been the current debt of Nigeria. These Olori Brukus that have added more than $10 billion to Nigeria debt in a space of, what am I even talking about? They've added about $15 billion debt to Nigeria's debt in 18 months. But to them, they said if thiefnubu had continued to pay subsidy, and then you were still buying a liter of petroleum for 200 naira, they said the debt of Nigeria would have possibly got close to 300 trillion naira. Thiefnubu and his gang, they have devalued Nigeria currency, naira, more than 15 times in 18 months. It's almost like every month they are devaluing the naira, every month. Baba, it took Nigeria rogues before thiefnubu. It took them 63 years to take Nigeria from 70 kobo to $1, from 70 kobo to $1 to 700 naira to $1. It took them 63 years. Hang on, let's roll it back a bit, roll it back a bit. Okay? It took the rogues before APC, it took them 55 years to take Nigeria naira from, I know it used to be pounds. Okay, let's go to 1970. That's going to be like 45 years. It took the rogues before APC, 45 years to take Nigeria naira from 70 kobo to $1 in 1970 to 149 naira to $1. It took them 45 years. But it took APC, first 8 years. No, sorry, let's add them together. Okay, hang on. 8 years of Bokuwari. 8 years to take Nigeria naira from 149 naira official to $1. They took it to 700 naira to $1. It took Bokuwari 8 years. And that is a change of an extra of 550 naira. So it took Bokuwari 8 years to devalue Nigeria currency by 550%. 8 years. Guess how many years it took thiefnubu to move Nigeria naira from 700 naira to $1 to 1,750 naira to $1. Today, 18 months. 18 months. That's how long it took thiefnubu to devalue Nigeria naira by over 1,000%. 1,050%. That's the devaluation of thiefnubu. The Oluwole trained economist, person who go school before the school was in fact founded. Yeah, he attended this. He graduated from a school before the school was even founded. That's that thiefnubu. In case if you don't know, 1,000 Nigerian naira lost 1,050 naira in 18 months. The devaluation continues. As long as they are borrowing, you will be going sorrowing. It's a very simple math. It's part of the IMF conditions, World Bank conditions, except for the sukuk. The sukuk, which is the Arabian loan. That one, no, they get interest according to them. There is no interest on sukuk because Islamic loan, no, they get interest. It's just for you to go and develop, build roads, build this, build that. Others, they're not that nice. So if you begin to calculate how much thiefnubu has borrowed in the last 18 months, and like I have asked you many times, tell me what you think they've used the money for. When I go begin to do don't demarket Nigeria. We must always tell everybody that Nigeria is a grape. You demand. The only person demarketing Nigeria is APC. The only unpatriotic people to ever come out of that contraption, they are the APC. You guys are so, oh God, man. You are the weapons fashioned against that contraption. You just came to light. And you only Ronukus that are loving Nigeria from abroad, okay? Shokonola apayin o. Shokonoba le revisa. Shokonola apayin tomo. And you only Bruku edai. They devalued Nigeria currency by 1,050%. Businesses are dying. People that are earning 3 million naira today in Nigeria, they cannot afford what people that were earning 300,000 naira 9 years ago, what they were able to afford. But you want to kind of attack anybody who says the truth to you, who tells you exactly the situation. Eh? Shokonola apayin tomo tiran. Sofo ni. Wallahi, sofo láyé, to selling agbendi alikiyamo. Afa Nurudin. Naam.
Ẹni òfò ni sòfò láyé tún sí lálìkìyàmọ̀ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. Ẹni òfò ni sòfò láyé tún sí lálìkìyàmọ̀ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
They don't want you to tell them the truth. They actually think the rest of the world don't know what these guys have done to Nigeria, what they have done to Nigerians. People are working and they are work. You don't understand what this means, Abi. Let me explain it to you. You are an hard-working person. Government is not supporting you. Government is not funding your lifestyle. You are working so hard. Now you get paid. And let's say you make profit. If you ever make profit, you make profit of 1 million naira from your business. But that 1 million naira has been devalued. So the real value of your 1 million naira is practically 100,000 naira. Imagine you having 1 million naira in your bank account, but the real value of it is about 100,000 naira of what it used to be. And the rogues who have done that are telling themselves that they are doing well. A lot of you today can no longer drive your cars. The APC are telling you that they have been subsidized. You in your life, no real subsidy in your life, but they are claiming that the devalued Nigeria is the real value of Nigeria, and they want you to accept that. They want you to actually take that in. Anyone who says otherwise is unpatriotic. Patriotism from enemy of the people, enemy of Nigeria. Everything they represent is to destroy you. Even you that is supporting them, you have no idea. You living abroad, you have no idea that this devaluation also affects us too. Oh, you don't know. You don't know, or you do. Or you are just too stupid to actually admit it. Let me tell you. You are so stupid to admit it. 100 pounds is now what? 230,000 naira. That used to be 23,000 naira. Do you understand what that means? When your 100 pounds was 25,000 naira, a bag of rice in Nigeria was 7,500 naira. Yeah? Today, your 100 pounds is probably 230,000 naira. It can't even buy you 2 bags of rice. It can't. 7,000 naira to 120,000 naira. A lot of you are now fueling your car with 100,000 naira, 120,000 naira with adulterated fuel that will destroy your cars, destroy your engines, destroy this and that. Cause cancer sometimes, eh? So if you are here and you have people you are actually like supporting back in Nigeria, well, now you're going to tell yourselves the truth that the actions of these guys affect you too. You are not safe from the pang of these rogues. Nobody is. So I asked a question a while back. I said, you, even if you are a Ronuku, thank you very much for that, your super chat, by the way. Appreciate that. Bless you. Even you who was like that Ronuku, who somehow believes that thiefnubu is doing a reform. I'm asking you, do you think that a day will come that Nigeria, this Nigeria, the way you are looking at it, that thiefnubu and his gang doing reform, that they have targeted some critical sector of your economy, and in another, let's even say in another 6 years, let's even say they will have their 80 years, okay? In another 6 years, Nigeria will have a stable electricity. Nigeria will become so productive that Nigerian naira will regain its strength through production, right? And Nigerian naira will come down to 200 naira to $1. In your own church mind, in your own honesty. Like, I know you are not, no Ronuku is an honest person. You need to have a criminal mind, criminality of life to actually be supporting thiefnubu and APC. So it is it's actually a top question to ask. Do you think this contraption will regain its lost value, and under this rogue, so it will regain its lost value, that $1 will come down to 200 naira. Let's even not say go back to 149, 200, that it was 9 years ago. Do you think that? I know you don't. So what then are you talking about that the reform is going to, people will begin to benefit from it later? What are you talking about? They are still borrowing. And all this money they are borrowing, they are not investing them in any real infrastructure, not in power, not in infrastructure. No. The money just comes in and it disappears. It does. So where exactly is the supposed optimism should be coming from? Where? Now so una go think say those who are actually pointing out all these maladies, all this obvious criminality, they are the enemies and you are the patriotic ones. And once thiefnubu is no longer in that power, once a Yoruba man is no longer your president, una go begin the kind of what? Una go get out again. Abi? Una go get the energy again to begin to tell everybody how Nigeria is a useless place, Nigeria is a nye. The same way you were gladly telling all of us, Nigeria is a useless place under Bokwari. Now, thiefnubu who have wrecked, they talk say there won't be anyone worse than Bokwari. Now you have somebody who is worse than Bokwari, and you don't want to admit it. People can no longer afford feeding. They can no longer afford medication. People are dying slowly, but you are glossing over it. And you think that will be enough. And the rogues, they continue to print money. You are dealing with hyperinflation. where the crony capitalists want to own everywhere, chase you out of your houses, demolish your houses so that they can take over your land. They want to own everything without any economic advantage for the people that they believe they are leading. There is none. You are at the mercy of economic terrorists. But somehow, you want to build a castle in the air, the one that says everything will be fine. How? How? I mean, me, I would love it if I have a chance of seeing that, Omo, have you seen the new power station they are building? Or have you seen the upgraded refineries that they are doing? Give it another few months, man, you will see. This refinery, it's almost completed. Once they finish it, I promise waiting. You all know there's nothing in the pipeline. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. Nothing. You are all there doing your usual glossing over it, hoping that maybe, you know, you were lying to people that once Dangote refinery comes on board, everybody will be fine. Today, I know they even talk about the Dangote refinery anymore. I read it somewhere. This was from the TCN. Nigeria to finish. This was put out by the TCN, Transmission Company of Nigeria, in charge of electricity transmission. The vandals attack, disrupt ongoing repairs of Ahoada, Yenagua 132 kV line. Now, Obasanjo build that line. Steel power components from Benin, Egbe, Benin, Omotosho, 330 kV transmission lines. See, vandals have destroyed all of that. In Shiroro, the one they went to do the other day, do you all know that right now, maybe in another few days now, they will begin to shout again that some part of the northern Nigeria no get the electricity again. For the past 1.5 weeks or 2 weeks now, you remember that Shiroro line that the terrorists they blew up, and the northern Nigeria didn't have electricity for over 20 days. Do you remember? They don't blow them up again. But this time around, it wasn't like so general like it was. Some states in northern Nigeria don't have electricity right now, after a few days of electricity that they repaired. When they went back to try and fix it, they've kidnapped those who went there to. I don't know if you've seen the story. They kidnapped those who went back to fix the line. Right now, they are in the hand of a Boko Haram, but it's not in the media. This one happened. This one is in the southern part of Nigeria. The Transmission Company of Nigeria regrets to report that it's Ahoada, Yenagua, 132 kV line, which is currently under repair due to previous vandalism, was again targeted by vandals on November 19, 2024. The attack, which affected towers 29 to 31, resulted in the theft of approximately 1/3 of the conductor. A team of TCN engineers, led by engineer Emmanuel Akpa, general manager of the Port Harcourt region, has conducted an inspection of the site. Preliminary findings indicate that the incident occurred at night. In an attempt to prevent further theft, while repair arrangements are being made, local security has been engaged at Ula Ekata in Awada East local government area to secure the site until repairs are completed. Additionally, the line will be energized from the Awada end as a preventive measure. Efforts to replace the stolen 250 mm conductor are currently underway. Despite challenges posed by difficult terrain and flooding, the restringing of the Awada Yenagua 132 kV line is approximately 85% complete. Vandals everywhere in the contraption. Vandals, terrorists, kidnappers, this, that. There is no way out. And you can turn around and be, is that the fault of thiefnubu? Oh, it is the fault of a fallen contraption. It is the fault of the fallen contraption led by incompetent criminals who are just there to feather their own nest. And you are too stupid to let them take their responsibility, because they won't. They have majority of their security men protecting them, not the infrastructures, right? you are creating poverty whereby criminality will be like up there, expectedly. What do you expect? 85% of the country are living in abject poverty. The criminal politicians are sharing the little resources available among themselves, pretending to, oh God, man, I'm having a headache. And it's going to get worse. Oh, it's going to get worse. You know why? 2 days ago, okay, the news was that the Central Bank of Nigeria stopped the allocation to river states. Then there was this uproar. So yesterday, they said, no, we haven't. We are just waiting for the court. Which court? Where the Wike want to control the resources of river states. When he lost out, he decided to use the federal power to punish the people of river states. So some of them met. I mean, I don't know, maybe it was after this conversation or this press engagement that the Thiefnubu's regime decided to say, no, we will send the river state money. It was just a little bit of a delay. We did not withhold their money. We are waiting for the court judgment, the appeal. So before that, until then, we are not going to hold their. And these guys are already saying, oh yeah, try them. We just want you to know that all the oil producing companies, all the oil extractive, whatever, in Niger Delta region, we will not be able to guarantee their safety anymore. Then boom, they change their tone. No, we did not withhold your money. We will send your money. We'll send your money now, or maybe by Monday. Did any of you see this? These are supposed to be the elders of River State on top this matter. I use that to go and take a break.
It's between Shell, the regulatory authority, the state the state government, and the communities. The Kola community, Belema community, Ofema community, and the Geze community, and their satellite communities. And the meeting is about re-entry of Shell to over 25, of the delay in reopening that facility. We are ready for Shell to move it to operation immediately, provided they carry out all the agreed terms. We have discussed about the welfare of the people. A lot of our children, graduates, skilled people are unemployed. And we are saying this has nothing to do with PIA. Our people must be employed if Shell is coming to work in our area. 2, community development, which was the major thrust why the place was shut down. And you are all aware that Belekiari, when he came to Kola, promised that community will be developed before even production. So we emphasize that they should follow up with the 8-point agreement with Belema Oil, where community development, which includes human resources, both training and employment is also inclusive. Infrastructure is also part of those this thing. We are saying these communities must be developed because we have suffered enough. Kola was producing over 200,000 barrels of crude oil per day for more than 60 years. And we insisted that all the agencies should come and see Belema, Kola, Igeze, Ofoyama, and all the satellite communities around that area to see for their production, the level of production and the level of development in those areas. There are countries in the world who are looking for only 200,000 barrels to survive. But as a community, as a kingdom, we are producing that and there's nothing to show for it. Today's meeting also addressed the government, both the state and the local government, federal. Despite the huge resources, we have nothing to show for it. No roads to Kola, no hospital, no facilities, no light, no water. And this one, we have given Shell to 2019 to go and operate and fulfill these things. Shell has refused to fulfill these agreements, and that is why we are here. The state government has met with Shell with Belema. The community said Shells will sign an agreement with Belema to implement most of those things I highlighted. Shell has been dribbling us, and today they have assured us that within a short time they will sign that PO. As soon as they sign that PO and architectural security architecture, they are free to go and operate. We are not happy that 45,000 barrels of crude oil is being tied down for 7 years per day. 45,000 per day for 7 years is a huge resources that the federal government is losing, the state is losing, the local government is losing, and even the Shell, NNPC, and the community, we're all losing. So we want them to come and operate, provided they will sign that PO. If they don't sign that PO, they should not come in. If we don't see that PO, they should not come in. They have deceived us for over 50 years. Over 60 years, Shell cannot point to what they have done for the entire kingdom. Nothing. They have sold part of the asset, and they still want to retain this asset. And we know they want to divest also. No remediation, nothing. So today we've agreed that these things, they will go. They will do it. We also agree that there should be operation and maintenance contract between Belema Oil and Shell. We want them to sign that agreement, issue the PO to that effect. We also agreed here that there is no pipeline there now to lift this crude oil. And so they should pass, when they produce, they should pass this crude oil to Belema facility for onward transmission to Bonny so that they can earn money and develop our place. SPDC, we have agreed that must fulfill all these conditions before they will go ahead. And we have also asked the regulatory authority to make it a point of duty, including the NIOMS, to come and see, maybe subsequent meeting, to come and see these communities that is producing this number of oil, how developed they are, so that they will not be deceived by Shell. For us as a community, we are peace-loving, and we can be able to protect our facility. It is also clear that PIAs alone cannot.
There is more. It's a long view. I mean, it's a long watch, and I don't think I have all the time to play everything anyway. But that's from Rivers State, where a single oil block is believed to be fetching Nigeria 200,000 barrels of crude oil every day. That's a lot. Just one. And I believe that Nigeria's oil production, it is said that about 60% of that, or 70% of that, well, 60% of that is from Rivers State alone. After that is Bayelsa, where about 30% of Nigeria crude production is coming from. Then other areas shared the rest. That's substantial, like that's really substantial amount of crude production. You can't hold their, you cannot hold back their allocation and expect such production to continue. As for the marginalization of the communities, well, that has become institutionalized in Nigeria. Okay, where you see all those elders, they are very rich, and they are very rich because both governments and the oil, international oil companies have to settle them. But when you look at the areas where they are drilling all this crude oil, like if you want to understand what is called environmental degradation, I saw a video of Mark Angel, Remember that guy, that comedian guy? He went to a community in, I think it was in Bayelsa or thereabouts, to go and look at their drinking water. It was horrible. Where people are drinking from in that community, and it's almost the same everywhere too. You know, it's almost the same everywhere. And the majority of all these guys are pretty much just interested in what they can get for themselves, even though they may pretend they are trying to get it on behalf of for their people, but it is mostly for themselves. I saw one headline where they said that the police IG sued Andy Uba, one of the Uba brothers, for collecting 400 million naira from a lady and promised her that they will make her the chairman of NDDC. So she bribed him with 400 million naira, but she didn't get the appointment. And Andy Uba didn't return the money. So it was mostly about themselves, chancers. And when they put out statements this way as well, apart from them, beaming the searchlight on what is going on, it is mostly about, cutting the attention of those mentioned and involved to come and see them. All right. But they've changed it. They said, no, we are not holding back your allocation until the court says otherwise. It is just sad. It's just sad that in the midst of abundance, in the midst of a lot, people are suffering. People lag so much that you will think that should be an incentive for people to actually revolt against these rogues, but it is just a dog eats dog in that contraption. Okay. Again, before we continue, all right, I do have here, hang on. Right. So I found one other lunatic. Somebody said that the Simon Ekpa's supporters who have become rabid, some of them, not all of them, because I've spoken to some rational ones here. I have told you many times, all right, that you should stop projecting, okay? If you feel like, how should I put this? If you feel somehow angered, right, by the expose that I shared on your prime minister, the ideal thing is don't project, okay? It's to stop watching Mayegun. It will help you a lot, right? I am not somebody you can troll. You know what that means? You can't leave, or you can't stay. What I mean is that you are always going to want to hear me say something. The reason why I don't actually really mention him on my platform all the time is simply because he's someone I considered as a low budget attention seeker, and he's got his followers, some of you. So you can't troll me. All right. So what I pointed out at the time was that if you feel like you fighting for freedom of, I don't know what that even means, like fighting for freedom of people is to terrorize them. If you think it's an ideal thing for you, then it is not for me. I didn't present myself as a freedom fighter, so you can't come around and be like, what have you done? What are you doing? What do you want me to do for you? Put together an army and give them guns. Is that? So you can't really throw me. What happened is that every time you show your face, I'm going to shut your face. That's what I'm going to do. So if it makes you feel uncomfortable telling you that truth to your face, the ideal thing for your own mental health, stop watching Mayegu. Because every time you come around to create nuisance here, I've got the tool to shut you up and get rid of you. So I just saw a comment of one idiot there who said, I am against Nnamdi Kanu. Now you are against Simon Ekpa. No, I'm not against Simon Ekpa. I'm against the terrorism that he promotes. It is called terrorism. It's not what do you call it? It's not freedom fighting. You morons. You cannot terrorize the people that you are claiming to fight for. And you can't say to me that it is the propaganda of this. You guys are just like so daft. You love to deny, living in denial. That's the problem. That's one big problem for you. You don't want to take responsibility, right? So people like us saw through what Nnamdi Kanu stands for, and we stood by him. Yeah, we stood by him. We organized, awareness, for him. It's not just some of you, these keypad warriors, low life, low budget lunatics on social media, looking for attention, somebody to massage your ego, like Simon loves, massage his ego, make him feel important. So I'm not that kind of a person. And that's why I don't really mention him on here. I have had many times that some of you will be commenting here. I should invite him. I should blah, 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 blah. I was like, no. Most of the time, I actually ignores you. Because you guys are pretty much like attention seekers who will never take any responsibility. You don't take responsibilities. You are calling people coward. You are the real cowards. Your prime minister is publishing terrorism act against his own people on his social media. And I mentioned that, but you won't take responsibility. You love it to say now somebody else is doing it, even when you are reading it on his platform and you are praising him. What or this, what or that. You bunch of loonies. That's who you are. Take responsibility. Oh, maybe you shouldn't have done that. Oh, at least that's fair than to begin to try to look for who to blame. You are against Nnamdi Kanu. If anybody is against Nnamdi Kanu, it has to be that Simon himself. He said it publicly. So you don't kind of project that on Mayegu. Sure you get. No. Take responsibility. You've got BLA, Abi? Your Biafra Liberation Army. The one that is shooting at innocent people because they won't obey you. They won't sit at home. You are bragging about it on social media. Your Simon is bragging about it. You don't sit at home. You see what. You don't see. You guys are you are just like, you won't take responsibility. Take responsibilities. Take responsibility. Say, yeah, we did that. You are so shameless. Bunch of shameless loonies. So you come to Mayegun's Diary Political to troll me so that I can what? You called Nnamdi Kanu's wife, Ashewo Akuna, because Simon said you should call him that. Everyone else is like, they sold your leader, they sold your leader. You are screaming, this one sold your, to the point that even, what's that lady's name? There was this lady that used to shout with him. Then, what's that guy? What's her name again? The one that Simon was sharing a nude picture. I don't even know why that one was sending somebody like Simon a nude. What's her name again? The one that was shouting, Idu. There is no Biafra. It is now Idu Kingdom or something. What's her name? Last, like what the Yoruba will say, I want you to give from last in it. That one was like, she was naked with a calabash. She said she's praying for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, naked. She sent the picture to Simon. What did Simon do with the picture? He uploaded it on social media. The moment that one started going against him, He uploaded the picture of a woman on social media. And then Simon's ass lickers, these idiots, they praised him. So are you the kind of people that will come onto Mayegun's diary political? So, bunch of dafties. See, even though people have told me to kind of ignore you, but I know that a lot of you are going through different stages of grief right now, okay? To you, Simon is not arrested, he's invited. My own is that if you are fighting for people, you don't terrorize them. If you know the enemies of Igbo land, those who took Nnamdi Kanu, those who don't want Biafra to come, they are mostly in Abuja and in government houses of Igbo states, Enugu, Anambra, Abia, Ebonyi, Imo. Go to those government houses and then do water with them. Stop terrorizing the innocent people and saying that they don't obey you. Obey who? Who the hell are you? You are terrorists. That's who you are. When you terrorize people because they don't obey you for what? Sit at home. Initially, you said they have to sit at home so that they can release your leader. It's been 3 years now. So how come you sit at home punishing your people, destroying the economy of your people? A fight for Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu said, stop this carnage. You attacked him. You attacked everybody that said that to you. And you are coming to my platform to come and throw me or go kill you. You bunch of lunatics. So don't worry. I have told you, all right? Whatever you think you are doing to get a Biafra, do it. But when you promote terrorism, somebody like myself will say to your face, you are terrorists. So call me any name you want to call me. Then we can get rid of you bunch of lunatics from here. Nuisance, causing nuisance in the comments. That's what you are doing, causing nuisance. As if to say, na me arrest your Simon. That's why I don't really mention him on Mayegun's diary political. That's why I don't mention you, because you are a bunch of attention seekers. Attention seeking, bunch of lunatics. So that would have been like, maybe if I had been mentioning you guys, you probably would have have listed me as one of those who sold your leaders. Lunatics. Loonies. That's who you are. So you can look at me in the face and say that I was against Nnamdi Kanu. Where did you hear that from? Mayegun is against Nnamdi Kanu. Bunch of Ashiris. If you can call Nnamdi Kanu's wife, Ashewo. So what else? Who else will you not be able to call names? Bunch of losers. So enjoy it. Enjoy your whatever your lunacy, so to say. But every time you show face here, especially when you start causing nuisance in my comment section, right? What I will do is very easy. I've got that tool. Okay, just get rid of you. And I know I can't really get rid of all of you. And you will always want to come back here to come and project. You are just jealous. Jealous of who? The idiot that came onto Mayegun's diary. Do you know that your Simon has been here before? We're having a chat and he said the Fulanis they have charmed cows. That's why he said, I was like, oh, this guy is, man, like, what the heck? He boldly came here and said that Fulanis they've put charms on cows. And that is why people cannot think straight anymore. And this one, they live for Europe. He has his own customer. So please, spare me. All right? I have said this, that I was actually holding back to hold on till when Nnamdi Kanu is out. So I can ask him some certain questions directly if I have the chance. All right? But now that you have added the terrorism to your nonsense, you are not even bold enough to admit it. That's one shameless thing about some of you. You are shouting water on social media. But when you are being held responsible for it, you are denying it. No, it's the Kinikon that is doing it. It's Asari. So Asari is killing people and Simon is promoting it. Taking credit for it, Abi. Idiots. Anyway, going forward, I saw one video of a supposed pastor, Abi, the pastor's wife. I don't think this video is new, okay? But it resurfaced again just about a day now, where she was mad that people were not contributing money for her birthday. Pastor's wife. Chances. Listen.
you have the wisdom of the world. When they say, oh, Prophet Power, needs A, B, and C, let's put money together. Even my birthday, some of you refuse to contribute. May God punish you. Because you are wicked. Unless you don't have. When I stand here, I preach. Some of you come to my office, you disturb me with prayers and everything. Give money for us to celebrate Pastor Cecilia. It's not like I'm coming to eat the money. It's for the food that you are coming to eat yourself. Some of you gave nothing and you ate like a pig and can't take away. I will say it, if you are angry, change. Because if it was you and they come to me, I will give freely. Because you are a member and so I will look after you. But when it comes to your pastors, you don't want to know because you are selfish. You are only thinking about yourself. That is the wisdom of the world. Somebody that has the wisdom of God will be there for one another. When you don't have, I give you. When I know that you are struggling, I give you the little that I have. Because that shows that I'm a kingdom citizen. Because it's when I was hungry, did you feed me? So if you're sitting here and you cannot pay something towards your pastor's celebration or your pastor's whatever, why are you here? You're a devil. And this is why pastors are bitter minus me, because I'm not relying on nobody's money. Because 90% of it was paid by my husband. Can we clap for him? Because 90% of it was paid by my husband. Can we clap for him? There are some people, please, when it comes to me, don't ask them anything for me, personally. Do not ask them to contribute anything for me. Because if I know, I will take it and give it back to you. Because I know it's not coming from a good heart. And it's not about £1,000 or £100. One little gift, like a voucher that Chantel gave me, I went and bought 2 blazers.
nuisance lele.
Now UK, I've later found out it wasn't like in Nigeria, but it's religion, you know. Auntie wasn't happy, even if it's voucher, if it's this and that, yeah. You know. Yeah, they take advantage of people using the religion. Okay. And I was reading one. You remember that Mike Bamiloye? Mike Bamil. Okay, yeah, I remember the name now. Nelly. That was Nelly. That was like one dirtiest thing. I was like, how could? I mean, this guy must be really, really low life to share the nude of a woman that's possibly just trusted you that much to share such with you. Here you get, and you put all of our naked photos on social media to prove a point. Man, I remember, I think that was like almost 2 years now. Yeah, over 2 years or so. That was the moment I automatically just blocked him on my own socials. That's Simon. I just blocked him for everywhere. Like, nah, this is like a low-class individual that will do anything just to massage his ego, make himself feel so important. And I'm not surprised that a lot of people who are actually following him, not all of them, because I've spoken to some reasonable ones. Some of those who who kind of try to see beyond all that nonsense of his. Here you get the majority of those other low lives who are calling people names that are worshiping him, or like, man, you wouldn't even believe it. Igbos worshiping someone. It's unbelievable. Igbos don't worship people. For them to be like, turn around, and these low lives to turn around and be like, calling them. So one idiot is asking me for solution. What solution? Solution of how to break up Nigeria. First thing is to actually liberate your mind from whatever other nonsense that they fed you with. Okay, and anybody will won't fight for anybody's freedom, right? Should not be afraid of losing his life. You understand? So majority of you are comfortable on social media, okay, shouting, freedom this, freedom that. but you do not want to be, you don't want to be killed because it's very convenient for you to sit in Europe, sit in America, and watch your people terrorized in the name of fighting for freedom. So if you are interested, if you want to be taken serious that way, right? Don't stay in Europe. Don't stay in America. Return back to Biafra land. Pick up the arms yourselves. Okay? Do it. So, and then we can take you serious. Nnamdi Kanu is locked up in Nigerian, what do you call it, detention right now. Go back into that place, form the army, invade Abuja and break him out of the place. Then we'll take you serious. So you are upset that I sit in my studio. What is the difference? What is Simon doing? He's seated in his bedroom. Is that not what he's doing? Seated in his bedroom, turn on his camera on social media to talk to you and tell you, Abi, is that not what he's doing? So the difference between us is that I am not collecting your donation to put an army together for you. That's the difference. Maybe that's what makes me a noisemaker, and it makes him a freedom fighter. You buffoons, idiots. Oh, I'll tell you, in case if you don't know me, I don't get, see, my mouth's not too good that much. You get? So if you want to come for me, you have to be ready to kind of hear my own, to take whatever I'm going to dish to you too. So don't be offended enough that you don't want to take, the point is that you don't want to take responsibility. A lot of you don't want to be, you are irresponsible lunatics. You don't want to take responsibilities, right? Nnamdi Kanu protected the interest of the Igbos, the Biafrans. When he put together an army, he sent them after those he considered as threats to the people of Biafra. He didn't send his ESN after the Biafrans. He said that they didn't obey him. Don't you think that if he wanted to actually go after the Igbo elite, Igbo politicians, it was easier for him? He could do it. Somebody who put together nearly 10,000 young men and women, trained them, and Nigeria didn't even have a clue until the day he released the video, and they were shocked. Like, how did you pull this off? They were shocked that they automatically escalated their fear of looking for him, that dead or alive, he must be captured. He must be kidnapped. So do you think if he wanted to actually go after them, if he wanted to be a terrorist, like some of you who don't want to take responsibility now, you don't want to be called terrorist again, eh? Nnamdi Kanu had that capacity to start taking all these guys, but he didn't. Because that will automatically destroy, the reputation of the IPOB, a peaceful self-determination movement. That's what it is. But now that you have done your water this, water that, now you don't want to take responsibility anymore. You are passing it on, calling people coward. You bunch of cowards hiding in Europe, hiding in America, thinking that freedom fighter, Biafra government in exile, idiots. So that you can continue to terrorize your people, but you don't want to take responsibility. I say, yeah, we did it. Say it, you did it. We are doing it. Yeah, we are the one. Say it. Instead of you looking for people and calling, you are shamelessly calling people cowards when you are actually the real cowards. Yeah? Cowards that don't want anything. It's like a Beniluri in Yoruba. The same way they cut people's head off. Once you begin to play with a sword on their neck, they will reject it. Right? Idiots. Anyway, I found another one. Before I'm going to take calls though. I'm going to take calls, and if you have that, if you have that intelligence, okay, you can call in. Don't call in and be asking me stupid questions anyway, because I'll easily kind of see that. All right. So the point here is that there is no way anyone like myself will justify act of terrorism. It's not freedom fighting. Act of terrorism on your own people. Celebrating it online. It's worse than being a coward. You are terrorists. fighting for freedom, my ass. That's how they fight for freedom. They have to sit at home. You have to sit at home. I'll cut your nose to spite your face. Say, you know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that if you don't release our leader, I'm just going to cut off my face and idiots. People that are holding your people, you are punishing your people for that. The people that are holding Nnamdi Kanu, they are in Abuja. Those who encouraged it, they are in government houses in Igbo land. You didn't go after them. You are punishing your own people, innocent people, the civilian. You are punishing them. And if they don't obey you, you kill them. What kind of thing is that? Then you come on to Mayegun's Diary, you can say, you are not the one doing it. But your crime minister is there, publishing it and celebrating it, calling people coward. You bunch of cowards, low-life cowards. Yeah? Projecting that on other people. How does that sound? Somebody's dirty December has been ruined. An alleged Enugu businessman swallowed pellets of drugs and he was caught at Enugu airport. Here is what they found.
This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. First description. So we are going to carry a preliminary test for cocaine. This A1, E2 reagent that we're going to apply for the substance. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, taking little sample out of it. So we're going to apply E1. We are testing for cocaine. This E1. And this E2. That's tested positive for cocaine. I see it here. Come to me. This one, yes. This is 1, 2.
And finally, I love this because people won't stop posting and sharing. Okay, this place is called the Mopo Junction. In Ogun State. Is it called Mopo Junction or so? Showcasing the terrible state of Ogun roads. And yeah, people shouldn't stop sharing it. Okay, so that who knows, maybe one day, someday, they can use these videos as before and the rehabilitated one as after. Because they said that this particular road is housing like more than 800,000 residents. And they've been subjected to this style, or this way of life for decades, abandoned, ignored by successive regimes in Ogun State. And when I saw this latest one yesterday, as usual, I will add it to the compiled list of dilapidated roads in Ogun State. Here. State with second or third highest IGR in Nigeria. This is the only reason that God could judge you. Now Ogun could judge all of them. You get? So I'll leave the rest for later tonight. All right? Thank you so much for joining me. More take calls. Let's hear from, those of the people who feels offended or triggered, the grieving ones as well, by all I have said today. I am Mayegun, right? Mayegun General. You don't have to like me. Honestly, you do not owe me any kind of like or whatever. But don't troll me. Okay? Your papa, people who are bigger than you, whatever it is. You see now, there's this saying, the people you bow for bows for me. Do you understand what that means? Because I am Mayegun General. So if you are offended by what I say, number one, to hell with you. Then number two, to hell with you. Or maybe number three as well, to hell with you. Okay? So one thing is this. If it hurts, the ideal thing is for you to, number one, learn how to be responsible. Take responsibility. One of the reasons why the criminal politicians in Nigeria get away with a lot is because they won't take responsibilities. And their ass lickers, their supporters, who are always willing or hoping to be like them too, they won't take responsibility as well. So everything else is just distraction. I'll take a break. Now I'll come back to come and take off for the next 50 minutes, right? And then we'll wrap it up. Don't go anywhere. And if you have to go, right, shall like the broadcast. Okay? Thank you. Tongue. Anyway, that is me back. Sunday sermon back, and this is the phone-in segment. Who is this? My first caller. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Idris, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yeah, it's afternoon here. Almost evening. All right. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, sir. I'm fine, sir. Yeah, I've wanted to call since all this while. A lot of traffic from the calls coming in. So, like I will keep saying, like I will keep saying that. Thank you for being the true self of yours. As in, you are always on point, sir, and you never derail from the truth. Even how it bitters, just say it out as it is, and that is what keep you going, and that is why we the true disciple, we keep following you all the time. And about the government, you showed the last video that you showed. That's that's Mopo Junction.
Yeah,
that
place. Mopo Junction, your ball.
That place is where my dad built house. And he has been there since over 20 years now. So, and that place is very dilapidated. When you're coming, because I remember during the time of Ambode, he actually wanted to finish that because there's a bridge that connects Lagos State and Ogun State. So he actually wanted to finish it, but I don't know, manipulation and politics just had to stop him from doing it. And yet,
the story I heard was that when Ambode, we are not sure, maybe Ambode actually wanted to build the whole road.
No,
people rejected it that Lagos State want to claim their land. That's why they want to build the road. But I don't know how true that is.
This is just the part. You're actually on point, because this is actually my dad. And even last week, I actually passed that place and I fell into the water like that because of the slip area. And even the present what they call the Oba wanted to do it, and I was like, probably some spiritual something that the contractor, they died, something like that. So they're just
spiritual thing.
Exactly, that was something that even there are two contractors that died, that they gave the contract to, and they died, something like that. So mysterious like that. So that is just about that. Nigeria is just a shithole country, and now I just saw from an headline that Dangote reduces the price of petrol to 970, something like that. I was not like, what will this happen? Would this make the petrol or the PMS come down? It will not, to me, because there's racketeering there.
Because it's still going to sell it to marketers, and the marketers will be the one to sell
It's still going to sell it to independent marketers, and we are still going to keep buying it at least 1,213. So what's not different? Before, just some months, just 2 years ago, petrol was 168. Now, are you telling me that it will come down to 168? So it will still continue going bad and bad, but it is what it is. So thank you very much, sir. And for the all right, sir. Thank you. No, I just want to talk about the Simon Helper and this thing.
Okay.
Mine is
you have something to say about that?
Recent. As in, I have been seeing the videos coming emanating from the shooting, and even before, I have actually thought these people, they were people from another state, another entire tribe. But recently, I saw that the language that is speaking out is even this tribe, even the Hebrew tribe. But I'll keep wondering that why is that you are killing yourself? Why? Yes, Nigeria is not good. The government is not good. But are we to vent anger on our people? You will see someone that is even going to end me, and you end someone that is any little mean, a bike, just bike. You burn the bike. You turn the streets, Monday market, you turn it to everything, and you will be giving this ababakus, you'll be giving them mouth talk. You'll be giving them out to talk. And that is that. But I like you. I like you.
They will tell
I
you
like
that
your
it's none of
indulgence.
your business. You be a ponja. Go and
It
face
is,
your people. Blah,
but
blah, blah.
why? But
Fulanis
why are you killing?
your
Why are you
too.
killing?
It's all maniac.
Why?
It's maniac.
We need to just sit down. We need to sit down and fight these people. Let us fight it. Collect. Let us fight them. We can't be fighting ourselves. Thank you very much, sir, for the enlightenment.
Thank you very much, Idris.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have a good one and take it easy, man. Okay. Yeah, we go. I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Do you know who is speaking?
I think I do. If your name is right, Stanley, right?
Yes.
That is you. How are you, sir?
I'm very, very well. You know, I told you I've watched you for a very long time.
Thank you.
And to be honest, I'm a student of history as well.
Bless you.
So I live in the UK here as well. My name is Stanley Nonso, anyone you can say. I'm an Igbo man.
That's right.
I've actually, like I said, if you watched, if you can remember what I said to you, I said, even if I go out of line, or out of point, you can as well criticize me because everybody.
That's right.
I've always believed that life should be fair for everybody. In as much as I have my reservations for a certain tribe, I also have reservations for my own tribe too. There are certain things I don't even like about what they do. But it's not for me to come here and say it, you know. Regarding
maybe that makes us different because me, if I have reservation about what my people do, I don't hold it back, and probably all of you should be able to attest to that.
Well, it's because of time. That's why I won't be able to say it because of so that a good time for every other person. So, like I said, regarding the EPA thing, I always said I subscribe to your opinion. Why are you going to impoverish your people just because you want to make what kind of point are you going to make? I've always said this, and each time I say it, each time I say want people come after me. I've had a colleague, a classmate back in Nigeria who blocked me because of all this. I said, if you want to fight them, behave like the shites. Go to Abuja, make it ungovernable, and they will listen to you.
I mean, when they took
that is the truth.
When they took Zazaki,
exactly,
right? These guys
exactly
Abuja for weeks, for months.
Exactly, they still do it till date.
They didn't stay in Zaria.
Yes,
and begin to kind of make people of Zaria responsible for taking a Zazaki. This is the point of responsibility we are talking about. But they say no, this is our way. I said, okay, but this is not right.
So why can you now come to a look at now? Yeah. Do you know that ever since I've been living here for the past 3 years, I go to Nigeria every year, but I'm scared of crossing down to the east.
They don't want you to say
that's
that
the truth.
Here. Yeah, they want you to live in fear. You know what
that
I mean?
Is the truth.
People have been so intimidated. I've observed this for a long time as well. People have been so intimidated
my brother,
that on social media,
for 38
who don't want
years,
to talk about these things at all.
For 38 years, I go home every year. For 38 years, I go to the village every Christmas. But for the past 3 years, myself and my parents have not gone to the village because of the same thing. These people are, yes, I know that there are some of these northerners in the bush causing one of this, but the majority of them are the Igbos.
But they don't want
yes, there are all these biscuits. Yeah, but that's the truth. Let's stop beating about the bush. These guys, when we catch them, they are speaking our language. These are from, maybe they're from Ebonyi, or they're from Abia, or they're from Imo, or from Anna. These are our people. So, but that is the truth. You see, like I told you, remember I said, I listened to your program, I listened to Edmondo Bilo. These are very educated things that you can learn from them. Well, when I see some people make silly statements, so sometimes I just withdraw myself and I just keep quiet and listen only. But I'm very happy that people like you who can go into detail, read, and come out and say, look at the 1966 coup. I've always listened to you say this was a genocide against the people. Okay, it happened in the military, in the barracks. What has it got to do with the civilian on the streets of Kaduna, and what has it got to do with him? He doesn't know. After that, did we not have any other coups after that? What happened? Did they not kill their own people? You know, so, but let me just give time. I always
Okay,
like in the evening. I will still call. I will still call. Yes, no problem.
You know,
Thank you.
people. I have had people, right? Ordinarily, this is not even like it's not a competition. I've said that many times. Okay, it's not Mayegun versus Ekpa Bao. So it's not Mayegun versus anybody. Okay, I am someone who believes that I've said it on this platform before that we must do everything to make sure. I'm coming on my collar. We must do everything to make sure that we do not give the oppressive system of Nigeria any leverage whatsoever. Okay, and that is why I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. In fact, it doesn't go well for us, for me to spend my time to vilify the likes of Showore, the likes of even Obi, and even this EPA, because vilifying them keeps everyone divided, and the divided you are, the stronger the establishment is. But that doesn't mean that once we begin to now hunt ourselves or hunt the same people who are the victims of the establishment, we should just keep quiet too. But there are those who enjoys it. It's like it makes them feel so good. It makes them so feel like important. You can't terrorize your people, man. They wanted to try it in Yoruba land. I am aware of this. Igbowo, that Inokida idiot, that junkie, Koiki and the rest of them. They were plotting on how to actually have their own small army too. Harm them to start wrecking havoc in Yoruba land. I blew the lead on that. I did. They call me names. They don't like me. I don't like them. So fine. You cannot unleash terror on your people and then you think you can easily just say, no, it's not us, it's other people. No, it's not. Fuck off. And this, I have somebody on the line, is Morrison. I hope you are not that Morrison I just kicked out of my YouTube just now. I hope you are not. Hello.
Mayegu, why will you kick me? I'm 54 years old. I want to tell you something, Mayegu.
No, are you that Morrison I just kicked them? Because it's actually what you said on there that got me to actually kick you out. Are you the same Morrison?
Yes, I want to tell you something. Please listen to me.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I live here in the US. I go to Nigeria twice every year.
Right.
Right? There are so many things happening in Nigeria that we don't know. That country is full of lies.
Okay.
And I don't support everything this guy Simon Ekpa is doing. I don't know him. I don't have anything to do with him. But what I'm saying, when you make your statement, when you make your comment or your statement, you leave it. Whatever anybody is saying, you have made your statement, you have made your point. You don't just go back and be. And one thing I find about it is you have an element of pride in you, which is wrong. I don't understand.
Well, you won't. I'm on too. 54 years old, there, Morrison. You won't be the first person to tell me that I've got pride. Yes, I do, and I'm not ashamed of it. I've been told that I'm proud. Some have said I've got ego. The moment they feel like I am bashing someone or some people or some idea they believe in too, so I'm not offended. If you say I have pride, I'm not offended. So I do.
No, what I'm saying that like at times you listen to people, you don't think you have the answer. Only
what do you mean? No, I'm not saying I have all the answers. What do you mean I should listen to people? I am saying something about when you unleash terror on your people and you glorify it. Does that then give you the chance to come at me?
I'm not glorifying.
Not you, Simon Ekpa, glorifying terrorism on his own people. You want to deny that?
Can you listen to me? I knew the first time you interviewed Simon Ekpa, you brought him on your platform.
Right.
I watched you. Right? Are you getting me? And then you didn't like what he was doing. You kick him out. If you don't like somebody, you don't like Simon Ekpa, and what he's doing, you don't like it, don't bring it on your platform. Don't discuss about it. Leave him. Don't give it attention.
Right.
That's what that's my own submission. I go to Nigeria every year, twice in a year. I go to the Southeast from Imo State. But what I'm saying, if you don't like what Simon Ekpa is doing, don't give it attention. Some people say, I listen, you comment, you talk about, what's his name? Nnamdi Kanu. You know how you talk about Nnamdi Kanu very well. You know,
what do you mean by I was against him? In your comment, you said I was against Nnamdi Kanu. Where did you get that from?
I never said that. I didn't talk about Nnamdi Kanu. I'm talking about Simon Ekpa. I never mentioned Nnamdi Kanu. I listened to you. You giving Nnamdi Kanu a good talk. You present him very well. There are certain things Simon Ekpa is doing that is not good. I agree. What I'm saying, don't talk about him. Leave him alone. Face your own, just like Parana. I used to listen to Parana too. You don't talk about. So if you don't like somebody, forget about what he's doing and continue what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to take your time. I don't want to waste your time. But sorry about the statement I made, because I was upset for some people talking nonsense. Because you don't know what's happening in Nigeria. Nigeria is a very deceitful country. Okay, you're talking about Okwama. Look at how what I listened to you, how they went there and attack people, and the army, they did it themselves. They say it's the community. They went there and bombed the community. I listen. You know you that said it.
Hang on, which we presented the fact here as well, right? So,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
People, let me say something, sir. Let me say something too. Okay. One of the things on Mayegun's diary political is this: I do not cherry pick. When I see something that is wrong, right? I don't cherry pick it. I don't feel like, this is a Simon. I don't want. Let me say it because somebody is going to feel like offended or something. So if you have been watching Mayegun very well, you won't tell me I should not talk about Simon or should not talk about this person. When actually, what I'm pointing out is what affects ordinary people. And no one is actually taking responsibility for that, especially those who speaks for him. They're not taking responsibility for that. They're either projecting on is done by other people. Even when I said, this guy promotes all these things. So if other people are doing it, and he is the one promoting it, taking responsibility for it, how do you juxtapose that? They still left that kind of the fact in that statement to come for me.
Okay, Maya, we talked about. Okay, somebody was talking about somebody on Okada. Do you think these guys, Simon Ekpa can ask people to go and kill somebody who is riding, who's riding his Okada, going to his? I don't want to go into that, because if I go into that, it's going to bring a controversy. All the point I'm making, I just want so that other people can contribute. Right. What I'm saying, that the Nigerian government are not honest. So whatever they say, people say that is what is happening. They are not telling us the truth. The government, that's the problem. The government people are lying.
Which I agree with you. I do. See, Morrison, I agree with you that we are dealing with duplicitous, dubious, and evil-minded, crew, which I have never hidden away. Or what you are leaving out, okay, or somebody like yourself is leaving out, is the fact that Simon, and his, what do you call it, and his Twitter, upload the videos of those attacks, gave them title, and said, we warned you, water for you. So if somebody else is doing it, and he is taking responsibility for that, would you now kind of take that away from him?
No.
This is the point. No one has ever said, okay, if you go onto his Twitter handle, okay, now, if he didn't send them, fine. I've heard that before, okay? But if you didn't send people to do all these atrocities, but you are the ones who actually published it, which means they sent you the video, and you gave it a title, okay, to say, today we gave judgment to this. And in the video where you gave judgment to, supposedly, you call them armed terrorists, the soldiers, the army, and the rest, you call them terrorists, Abi. So he said, we gave judgment to these people. But in that video, we see civilians whose properties are set on fire. How do you now separate the two? That is to say, you are not taking responsibility for that action.
I understand what I said, but my point, bottom line, is don't give it attention. Leave him. Don't give it attention. That's what I'm saying. Don't give it attention. Don't give it attention. I know so many things in Nigeria you don't give attention.
Okay.
If you give it attention, you are recognizing what is happening. You are recognizing what is going on. You are exposing it. Leave it. Don't give it attention. Ignore it. It's not your man. It's not your kind of person. Now this is your kind of person. Talk about Nnamdi Kanu. That's why I made some of those statements. Okay. Sorry about if you feel
I'll leave it at that. Okay, but thank you very much, Morrison. It's stay safe there. Okay, thank you. Again, I heard him, but I am not in agreement with his position. So I think the point is clear now. It is not that what I said or what I shared about him is wrong or lie. Okay, it's the fact that I shouldn't give it attention. That we ignore. Right? when you see civilians caught up in the whole act of terrorism that you call freedom fighting, I should ignore, talk about something else, cherry pick. So that's not going to happen. All right? Here, hello.
Hello, Baba Mayegu.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Good morning from here.
I'm very well. How are you too again? I mean, sorry, I missed that. I was forwarded to drink.
Yeah, good morning from here. This checks from Canada.
Good morning to you, Baba. Thank you so much for calling in, please.
Yeah, Mayegu.
Baba.
I would just say thank you, right? Because sometimes there are people I know you give that guy the chance to explain himself and you know, so that other people can even see where he's coming from, right? Sometimes and when I see things, when people do things that I cannot do, right, I give it to them, right? I give it to you. Honestly, you're not supposed to entertain that guy. Yeah, but I also know that, you know, it's also an opportunity for people to see how he sees life. Do you understand me? How can you come to somebody? You're happy when you're talking about the politicians, right? Then you want to still tell why not tell Mayegu to just leave those politicians?
Is that not what the politician supporters are telling me too? There are those who are saying that I'm a Yoruba man. I shouldn't be talking about Tinubu like that. Others will say, well, I shouldn't talk about their pastors like that. I should talk about something else.
So what's the difference between that guy now who called and these other people? Do you understand me? When you feel that, yeah, you feel that some of the things he's doing is wrong, but you shouldn't talk about it.
No. That's our people. We all have our biases in this regard. Go and talk about Yoruba. Leave us alone. Really? But when I was talking about hopeless Uzodigba, killing the innocent people, arresting innocent people, making them disappear, okay, all because he wanted the Ruga in Imo State. Well, I was okay to talk about it. I was a friend. I was the Igbo people's friend until I started talking about the atrocities of your prime minister.
And this guy went to Nigeria. He could have been a victim of all those things that is happening. He could have been anybody. Do you understand me? Yet he don't talk about it. Man, it's crazy how people think about at times. You know, that's just what I wanted to talk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Yeah. You stay safe as well, okay? Bless you. Here is another caller. The emoji. Our own emoji. Hello.
Hello, Mayegu.
Oh, you are back. Hello, sir.
You know, every time I say God bless you, that caller that said he's 54 years, I think he's 4.5 years old. Mayegu, you know, we have been calling in your program.
Yes.
I just want to calm down. I want to calm down and say, you know, that's what they call backstage. A lot of people doesn't know what is going on in backstage of this IPOB struggle. And with Simon Ekpa issue, they are just following Simon Ekpa. Then there's another thing I noticed. I've lived in Europe years. I live in America now. A lot of people living in Europe now and America, they don't have sense. They don't have sense. They don't think. I'm sorry. They don't think. Abroad has changed. Like before, intellectuals are coming to abroad. Villagers spend money to bring them to abroad. After their education, they come back to develop the country. They are Nigeria. But this time around, everybody's just going out. A lot of people don't no focus. They don't even know what to do. They will tell you, just let me just come here. These are the people in abroad supporting every nonsense happening in Nigeria. I'm a very strong follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but it's unfortunate that this issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnapping from Kenya made a lot. In addition, exposed that I begin to see, I'm Igbo man, I begin to see that a lot of Igbos doesn't have sense. I think we are the most wisest people, but we don't have sense. This man that is 54 years, I hope you're hearing my voice. I want you to go back. And it starts from 2013. Begin to play Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast. After playing that, calm down and play it and listen one after the other. Then go back and play Simon Ekpa's broadcast and listen. You will see a lot of loopholes. And let me tell you about the stage. You know who is called Butuzo. You know who is called Gento. Simon Ekpa paid money. Simon Ekpa gives second in command money to kill first in command. I'm not saying that they should go and make investigation. So Simon Ekpa, these people are trying to protect that I'm defending here now. That people are saying that he's that woto, because our people want to, and he bought into it. I first of all saw this guy in Nuremberg. The day for the mad case, I saw him. He was such a power monger. He always wants people to see him because he's very short man, and he's a liar. Simon Ekpa, anything you're doing with Simon Ekpa, any place you come out from Simon, like this Dr. Damage interview with him, don't be surprised when you go to his phone. He has screenshot all the faces that said anything against him. He will give it to these guys. They will hunt them in Nigeria. Simon Ekpa told Benjamin Madubugo, and Benjamin Madubugo is the one that had case with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 2017, and the case is still going on in Abuja because that guy went and saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave him coded warning to go and give Simon Ekpa. He came and said to Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa told him, after talking nonsense in Abuja, you don't need to go back to your home again. No, everybody know that this guy and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to the same prison. Simon Ekpa is a blackmailer. Because of Nelly Ofebu, he now put out Nelly Ofebu's nakedness on internet.
And she used to be like one of these mouthy woman. Like after the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu, those who are saying that they know who sold Kanu, they know who sold Kanu.
Who sold how? Yes. There's one guy in Germany, they call him Abalanze. That guy now, he cannot go to Nigeria because Simon Ekpa screenshot is, they called him. Butuzo called him directly. Nobody will tell me this. Butuzo called him direct. That tell him that he will kill him. He will cut his head. A lot of things Simon Ekpa has come a lot of because of money. Look at when Mazi Kanu was there. Mazi Kanu was controlling a lot of money, but he cannot notice it from him because he's very, very humble. But this guy just shot small money that came in. Simon Ekpa started misbehaving, killing people. These guys have killed a lot of people through Simon Ekpa. If they will remember, the other man, one Major Oji, that was doing his own thing on his own. Immediately, Simon Ekpa said, I ally with him. Army scatter this man. Simon Ekpa is a double agent, and he's making it for money. There's nobody in Igbo land he will show his face anywhere that the people will not tell you, I know this person. Who knows Simon Ekpa? Many people in America supporting him, they call them Omada. These women are the people. I don't believe that some of them have a husband. So this is where Simon Ekpa is milking his money. And look at, he told them that he bought private fighter jet. Where is the fighter jet? Where would that fighter jet come?
His supporters, hang on, emoji. His supporters said that he never said that. Okay, that he only said that
they don't have
if he had enough money, he will buy a fighter jet, he will buy warship, but he never really actually said he bought them.
If these people are paying attention on this recent interview with Dr. Damage, he said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is just like somebody pursuing for Biafran freedom, like him. Likewise, him. The next minute he changed. He said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is his leader, your leader, and he told you codedly. You know what? Because Mazi Nnamdi, to be honest with you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was interacting with this guy. That's why he wants Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to mess.
That's why interaction as well. I do.
Yeah, not even videos.
Just not yet time for me to, because my intention is not really to kind of go dirty with this guy. I was just more interested in the fact that if you are fighting for people, you don't terrorize them. It's been long overdue. All right, which simply means that once you begin to tell them that if they don't obey you, they will die or something like that, that is no longer fighting for them, and we should specifically state that. Here you get now. Going on deeper things is not really my intention to start with. But his own followers, supporters feels otherwise. That's why I'm telling them, don't troll me. I'm not in that category.
Many people following that guy doesn't know him. Many people following that guy doesn't know him. Mazin Nandekano, to be honest, Mazin Nandekano was talking with him on phone very well. Now, that's why he wanted Mazin Nandekano to mention his name in the courtroom. So he will blackmail Mazin Nandekano the way he was blackmailing the DOS and Mazin Nandekano outside. Because he knows that Mazin Nandekano will come out. Listen to these people are so stupid. He said Mazin Nandekano, when he come out, he will come to him. But he said he's your leader.
Nandekano wanted him to stop sit at home. He should come and see him in Finland and say it to him. I was like, what?
Even some programs, some broadcasts of Mazin Nandekano told us that sit at home cannot get us Biafra. The only thing that can get you Biafra is only referendum.
Exactly.
And vote.
That's what he said.
Vote. And voting, and if this not voting, but himself, Mazin Nandekano never believe in Nigerian election. Let's not give us referendum. Anybody can choose where he want to be. So Simon Ekpa is making them. Last time he told them that he's going to get them Biafra in 150 days. That one passed. He said 2nd December. Simon Ekpa went to America. They went there and put Biafran flag on an empty house, somebody's house, and tell them that this is office of Biafra. So these guys are, this 54 years old man is talking rubbish, and they are killing people everyhow. He's five. If I tell you what I know about this man, these people are following like Mumu. This guy has killed a lot of people. He has bought all the main ESN. Simon Ekpa told people that any ESN that is in the bush chasing Fulani with the cow, destroying that person is terrorist. Simon Ekpa never condemned Asari Dokubo. He was praising Asari Dokubo when Asari Dokubo said he killed a lot of Igbos. Idiot people listening to nonsense without brain. Thank you so much.
Thank God that you let that out of your chest. Okay, so I know that I am in the middle of this. And there are people who don't want this convo. I can tell you a lot that there are IPOB members, there are Biafrans who have so much bottled up on top of this matter for years now. And Mayegun's Diary Politico is a massive platform too. Like somebody said, before YouTube started actually paying anybody, Mayegun's Diary Politico has been a voice on his own. And I've never put myself at the center of any conversation. So if somebody turn around because I say something that they don't probably like, or about somebody they don't want me to say something about, and they turn around and they say that I am a proud what have you, it just simply means that you have not been following. People have called me different names. The fact that they don't like what I do. They have called me arrogant. They have called me very proud. They said I've got ego. All of these are coming from people who have tried to change my perspective about something or about someone, but they couldn't. So therefore, I am a proud person. And I take that as a badge of honor. One thing you will never call me is a liar. You may not agree with me, which is okay. It's okay by me. I don't cherry pick. I don't like what I don't like. And if it makes anybody uncomfortable, fine. I'm not in the category of these social media attention seekers that you can troll or what have you. You get that now? So I'm at the center of all of this. In fact, this Mayegun's Diary Political phone name is going to give a lot of the Biafrans who have kept so quiet for so long because they've been trolled on social media, they've been threatened, they've been intimidated enough, their family members have been threatened, and because of that, they just kept to themselves on this matter of EPA and IPOB stuff. They've kept to themselves. They don't want anybody to threaten them. You can't threaten Mayegun. That's one thing you should know. Except if you are a new low life who probably have never heard of Mayegun. You don't know me. Right? So, I am in the middle of it, and everybody is free to come and speak their mind, for or against. Mine is to listen. Here is another caller. Hello.
My good evening.
Good evening,
from
sir.
Cambodia.
Is that Jojo?
Yes.
Man, you are
yeah,
early. I mean, well, I'm keeping you up early, and I'm still probably going to keep
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you know? God damn it.
It's 11:40 p.m. here in Cambodia.
11:40. In another 3 hours, we are going to be back again, and you're likely going to still be with us. I
Absolutely.
bet now that everywhere just the boy right now, everywhere the boy,
Yeah.
you have your say too. Please.
Okay. I want to deviate from this part. I just want to deviate on this topic because what we are seeing here is these are one of the things people will always witness when they are agitating. But I know that most of us in the South agitating in the South, we are, I can say we are just, we are afraid and kind of foolish freedom fighters. We don't understand how nationhood works. That is why we are behaving the way. Yes. So we are dealing with people who, most people like Fulani people who are good at going to, just like we used to go to America or UK to study and get the understanding of the West. These are people who would want to go to Iran, Saudi Arabia, and most of these places to go and study and learn Wahhabi kind of Islam and some kind of extremist way to grab lands and all this. So, like I used to say, I used to give example with country because I've been researching. I'm a student of history. I've been researching and I have seen that what is playing in Nigeria is what played in Lebanon in the 80s. It's the same thing. And the people we are dealing with are people who would want to go to these places, find out how they were able to Islamize a whole population of the region, and they are playing they're just testing the whole thing in Nigeria.
Divide and rule kind of.
Exactly. Fulani knows that it's not about the number. You don't. It's just they know that it's not. If you see the way Israel, about 9 million population of Israel, is dealing with people in the Middle East, they know that it's not about how populated you are. Fulani is not up to 10 million, and they are able to bring the Igbo and the Yoruba, put them heads together and rule against them. So they understand how things work, and most of us in the South has this knowledge, that this understanding that if you want to be in the table, you have to work with the master, Fulani masters. If not, you'll be kicked out. So what happened in Lebanon is what happened in Nigeria. Igbos and Yoruba will continue to be driven away out of that space, Nigeria space. Look at the way we are all traveling, going to America, going to settling down, born kids that are not coming home. Majority of them are not coming home. And when you they understand that once you are abroad, you will be that diaspora Nigerian who sends money home, who sends forests home. It's good for them. They like it. You'll be sending the more they will everybody is
the rest of us can stay out there. And then the most of us can continue to rule the rest of us.
Yes, as long as you are in abroad, you will be sending dollars, and you will see politicians who are saying that it's good. Doctors will be leaving. You'll be sending forests, and they will be grabbing the forest and be sending them to the accounts in Europe and Dubai and everywhere, living large. They don't work. They don't do anything. This is a Fulani system is what they call Fidua system of. This is Fidua system of government. They are willing to throw Fulani tribes in the forest, don't give them education, use them to get the rest of us, and they are willing to die. They throw this kind of Fulani people in the forest. Imagine Fulani campaigning to put Fulani in the forest as local headers who don't get education. They don't care about them.
Now. See what they did in Enugu just 2-3 days ago now.
Exactly.
You would expect that. I remember when ESN was formed, George, and initially a lot of people thought Nnamdi Kanu was going to use them to go after a suspected enemies, but he didn't. They were strategically placed, especially in Enugu and Anambra. They were strategically placed in these states that within a month, the Miyetti Allah yeah, they gave a statement that Nnamdi Kanu must be, in fact, they actually put money on him. I don't know if some of you remember that Nnamdi Kanu must be found dead or alive because of this, because it draw them back so fast that all these areas had so much peace for just like a month or two. By third month, by March 2021, they concluded on how to get him kidnapped, and they finally got him in Kenya. Remember? So this kind of move would have been sustained, or rather, the Igbo governors, what did they do? They set up Ebubiagu. The Ebubiagu that was supposed to be the forest rangers, they went after the ESN. Some of them were being lured back into this town and killed. And today, the Fulani terrorists, they are what? They have drawn more closer. And Enugu State, Ebonyi State, they are a good example of that drawback today. So talking about the full, and guess what? That wasn't the only thing. Immediately, this guy set up a Bubeagu to go after the ESN, to criminalize them. They gave Ebonyi $10 million. That was when Devulumayi was there. They gave $10.5 million. These two guys were to provide lands for the Fulanis in Ebonyi and in Imo. They did. So talking about the divide and rule, and the people who provided the money, they are not Fulanis per se. It was the federal government, the Fulani government of Nigeria, under Bokwari. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
Divide and
that's what happened. But what I want to say is that you see this agitation, my ego. You see this Biafra agitation and this Yoruba nation, it will not achieve any result under Nigerian structure. I believe personally, I believe that it is better to do a coup in Nigeria, a kind of a military coup that will change the status quo. Because if you understand how they got power, it was through constant military coup after 1966. They continue to use that coup to embed the kind of create the states we know today. They created the states we know today. They created it. They created more local government in their area, and they made things. And that around 1999, they became ready to do the democracy when they have created those structures that will give them.
They were the one who wrote the constitution as well.
Exactly. That's a local government they created to give that power to majority Northerners in the Senate and all that. They created those structures. So, if I believe that a military coup will dissolve the whole.
Which
the whole
military? Somebody is asking you, George, because the military itself, as we speak, right, is compromised.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, it's divided.
Totally divided too. So it seems like it's an hopeless one. Some are hoping that it's going to be a revolution. It's almost an hopeless situation right now. But people just need to do something. If this system falls, right, all these permutations falls with it. So that is why everyone that is going to be involved, they need what is called mental liberation, so to say, where people understand why they are joining. See, if I have to join any form of revolution in that contraption today, I am going to join because there will be an agreement that the component part of the entire place would have to agree if they still want to be part of the country or not. That's what would draw me to be part of any revolution to bring down a system like that. But anything that says, let's come together for a greater Nigeria, you will have to count somebody like me out. Now, we need to kind of pass this message on to a lot of people to say, listen, people can come together to end this contraption, right? But when you want to come together, don't come together in the name of maybe we can now make it great. No. We have to actually discuss if we still want to be together after this entire system is crushed, right? Do we still want to be part of this or not? Under what conditions? Now, this is the kind of information we should be spreading.
We can never be together. I don't think it will ever work.
Bless you.
I don't think we can ever be together.
But we need to come together to actually break up this entire contraption itself, the arrangement.
I want to ask you something. I want to ask you something.
Please.
Do you actually think, based with your knowledge, after all these years, with your experience, do you actually think that we can actually, with today's Nigeria and the kind of people we are dealing with, that we can actually agitate and one day there will be a referendum. Do you actually
yes, I
think?
believe, and I'll tell you. And I know a lot of people who probably won't agree, but there's always going to be so many ways to kill a cat. Do you understand, George, right? So let's assume that we get to a stage where, for example, now, okay, a revolution kicks off, something happens. And that revolution actually, because revolution can happen and bring down a regime, bring down a system, okay? And then there will be a new set of leadership that will emerge from all across the country, okay, to discuss the way forward. For example, new constitution, new system of government, and stuff like that. Now, if you have enough enlightened, educated people, when I say educated, I'm not talking about education by book, reading book, no. Educated people in the sense that who knows that we don't have anything in common as a people, okay? And if we have to still remain together as a country, it must be on an agreed terms from everywhere. Now, if these kind of leaders emerged from all the regions, okay, not the one Nigerianist, talking about leaders, for example, now the pro-Biafrans manages after a revolution to participate in a revolution that eventually makes them leaders that represent the East. And in the West, same thing. In the Middle Belt, in the North. So which means these new leaders are not promoting this one Nigeria that says we are one. No, we are not. But they are those who will come with, listen, by the mandate of our people, to continue to be part of this contraption, it must be based on this social agreement, and including an agreement that says if we don't want to be part of this anymore, we can call in for a referendum and leave Nigeria. Now, if you have this kind of mentally educated leaders from these regions, right, who goes into that arrangement, now I can be part of that. And that is why we need to educate everyone who is who's kind of like tired of these current arrangements, to know that if there is a clarion call, something is going to happen, George, and it's going to happen soon. That if you find yourself representing your region, right, please do not promote one fake Nigeria again. It is nothing, there's nothing wrong in being a bold Biafran, going into a table to discuss what is the way forward for Nigeria now. The way forward is that, number one, we don't want to be part of this contraption anymore. Okay, what can we do to keep you? Well, these are our terms, okay? And if you can't fulfill these terms, let us break it up now. So when you have the kind of leaders like that to engage, right, then there's a chance that this contraption will break, in my own opinion. Anything except that, even if we go to war, I've said this many times, even if we go to war, fight war, last, we are still going to end up on the round table. You know that. When we kill ourselves, do this, do that, we're still going to end up to discuss the way we want to go, right? But if you have the kind of mindset of people who are proud of who they are, who are not afraid to say we want to go at a meeting, right? Then that is where we are headed. So I am part of a generation that want to keep spreading that there's nothing wrong, right? In publicly, boldly,
I understand you. I heard and understand everything. Yeah, and I want to conclude by warning you personally. I want to warn you personally. Yeah, I want to warn you that I have been watching you and a lot of things you have been doing.
Yep.
You must not travel to any African country. Let me warn you. You know, when Nnamdi Kanu was doing his program, I have never called in when people, because he's more engaged than you. It's not. He gets thousands of people trying to call.
Yes.
It's not. People engage Nnamdi Kanu more than you, so it's not easy to get to Nnamdi Kanu's call. Like I can get to your call. So what I did before, about 7 months before Nnamdi Kanu was captured in Kenya, I tried calling. I wanted to say this thing I'm saying to you, but I mean, even if I have suggested saying it, I may not stop him from traveling out there. He may not be talking, but. I gave a voice message. I gave a voice call in his WhatsApp, and he never listened to it. Just like sometimes I can send something in your WhatsApp in this number I'm calling you. Sometimes I send this thing here. You may not see it. Yeah, because when you see it, I will see a notification that you are seeing it. It will be green. So I'm telling you,
George.
do not enter.
It's really engaging. Yeah. Thank you very much. And I will take your advice very seriously, okay? I am not going to take it lightly. Thank you so much, and you stay safe over there, all right?
Thank you.
Cheers, sir. That's a George. I am going to take my last call now, even though our time is almost out. We'll probably continue this again later this evening, all right? See, I am not Mr. Know-It-All. If you ask me 1 million times, I am going to tell you that the people will decide, right, if they want to be part of Nigeria or they don't want to be part of Nigeria. But somehow, there is going to be a paradigm shift. Something is going to happen that is going to make a lot of us to agree, including those who are pro-Nigeria and those of us who are pro, separation. We are going to end up agreeing on something that this establishment has to go. And when that time happens, there are some of us who will find ourselves in the position of leadership to represent different kind of our people. So if we don't have that liberated mind, the mind that is not afraid to stand up and say, well, on behalf of my people, this is what we want. If you still want us to be part of this contraption, right? And if we can't get this, then we'd rather have Biafra, or we'd rather have a Yoruba nation, or we'd rather have our own Kwarafa nation. So this type of leadership that we emerge needs serious orientation, mind orientation, because everything is still going to end up on the negotiation table. Even if we start, any war, anywhere, at the end of the day, once we kill and kill and kill and kill ourselves, last, they will call for peaceful negotiation. And that will be the moment that everybody will still have to say, okay, this is what we want. So right now, we haven't started killing ourselves. So if we ended up agreeing that the establishment has to go, the entire center has to break, so the emerging leaders must know that there is nothing wrong in boldly, confidently tabling the Biafra's demand, the Yoruba nation demand, and every other demand that represents the interest of the people, majority of them. But you don't have to agree with me. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegu General.
Yes, sir. How are you, Baba?
Thank you very much, Mayegu. I'm one of the guys that follows you for years, but I have never called your program.
Oh, bless you, Baba.
I've been following you, and I said today that I have to call. And then thank you for the good job that you are doing.
Thanks a lot, man.
And then you are doing a very wonderful job. And then I have to tell you to keep it up, just like Martin Namdekan always asks us to keep it up. But Mayegu,
Baba,
I have to tell you not to worry about the people that come to insult you or trying to write rubbish. You are hitting them, because if you're not hitting them, they will never. Some of them are still learning despite their gullibility. But let me tell you the reason why I call Mayegu.
Go ahead, sir.
Mayegu, my heart is bleeding.
Oh my God.
Believe you me. I want the people that is listening to you now to pay attention what I'm about to say here. It's very, very important.
Go ahead.
Mayegu, it's very unfortunate that Mazen Namdekan was kidnapped.
Yes.
And Samaneba went on board to deceive our people with propaganda. That is the reason why I want people to pay attention. He deceived our people with the propaganda and lie just to overthrow Mazen Namdekan, just to stay on board. And our people, our youth bought into this rubbish. Mayegu, our people bought into his propaganda. And believe you me, in Igbo land today, you can see an Igbo boy will raise up a knife and kill his Igbo brother because of Samaneba. Cut off his Igbo brother's neck and took it away and leave the rest body. As an Igbo man, I will not lie, because of some people will be saying, oh, don't say it here. No, I will say it so that the whole world will listen and we have evidence of what we are saying. Mayegu, if you go to Osumohu, if you go to Olo, if you go to Lilu, if you go to I forgot, because my heart is bleed. I can't name most of this place that this guy Samanepa boys dig up a trench. They catch our boys, they call them saboteur, they kill them, they throw them there and pour them acid. What I'm saying to you, if I lie here, then you know that I'm not worth to live. These Samanepa have destroyed Igbo land. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Because I am calling on Imo State Governor. If he is not supporting Samanepa, he should allow the media to go to all these places that I call them. He's listening to allow the media to go and see the atrocity of Samanepa on all these places I call. I hope President German will explain. We call you and explain to you more better, so that you can see the atrocity of Samanepa against our people. We are waiting for Mazin Nambekano to come out to see this, what Samanepa have done in our land. This guy, we are saying that Samanepa, in fact, Samanepa committed more than terrorism in our land. As an Igbo man, my heart bleeds. Mayegu, there is some place you will go in Olo. What you will see is dead body without head. As I speak to you, these are Samanepa boys. They kill our people. They took their money. They took away their cars. They still kill them. These are Samanepa boys. You know, Samanepa paved way for what you see happening in Enugu now. Samanepa paved way for Fulani terrorists to come in now, because when ESN was there, they cannot come in. Are you getting what I'm saying?
I am following you, man.
When ESN was there, they can never come in. But because of the atrocity of because of his propaganda, make it possible. There is a lot of people who came in our land now, killing our people. But the main reason, the main problem we have now is not even it's not even, we know that Nigerian police and army are doing their own killing as well. But Mayegu, when you are going to accuse, when they're going to accuse, you know, as an Igbo man, I will not lie. When you are going to accuse the police and the army and DSS and the Bubago of killing too, yes, they do. Yep. Are you not going to, these people that are attacking you, are they not going to accuse Samanepa? Is he not going to take responsibilities of the killings of our people and the burnings of their hand? If they disagree with him, they will, his boys will kill these guys and cut off their neck.
Responsibility that they don't want to, even though he never shy away from it. I remember when something happened in I think it was in Anambra or thereabout, where they attacked some a party. I don't know if you remember this. They're having this. I think they're having a campaign, something like that. And then his boys came and they shot at them, destroyed their cars, and even set it ablaze and all that. So the media now reported that IPOB, ESN, attacked so and so. Ekpa came out and said they should not give his glory to IPOB. IPOB is dead. ESN is dead. That it was the one who did it. That it is the Biafran Liberation Army. There is no election. You know, I don't know if you remember that. He claimed responsibility.
Yes.
He said they shouldn't give his glory to other people. But when I now see some of his supporters who come here to try to want to sound sanctimonious, he didn't do it. It was this and I was like, this guy, if you go onto his social media, because that's where we get to know him, all his actions, right? So he himself said they shouldn't give his glory to ESN because ESN is dead. IPOB, DOS is criminal. He now has a new government and he has new army that replaced ESN. So when I see them today trying to say that no, he didn't do it, I was like, you whine me? He never shy away from it. So yeah, there is evidence of that. It's unfortunate.
Mayegu, there is full of Mayegu. I will repeat again, my heart is bleeding. You need to see the atrocity of Samanepa in our land. Believe you me, I am calling on I have actually called the people that matters to allow the media to go in this, more especially in Imo State. Mayegu, if you see the atrocity of Samanepa in our land, in fact, you will ask yourself, how did we get here?
I've seen enough that got me to speak out today.
Okay. He wanted to take power from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, but not by propaganda. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu never organized IPOB by propaganda. Mayegu, do you know that somebody I do respect very well, I do. This man is almost 60 years. Somebody that I respect very well. For you to see how damaged this guy have damaged the brain of our person. This guy called me and told me that Samanepa bring armor tank. I said, where is this armor tank? He said, it's in the bush. Somebody I know, my own family. Not that I am not saying
person.
I'm telling you, I am not saying that person to my own family that he brought armor tank. I said, where? He said, it's in the bush. I said, what is he doing in the bush? He said, that is why he kept it with his boys and new guns import from America. I said, I call him my brother. Elder, are you stupid? I can imagine for me to curse my elder. I said to him, what is wrong with you? And where did he import it for? How did this armor tank come into Nigeria? He said it's from Cameroon. There and there, I know that something is totally wrong with our people.
It's unfortunate. Mazi.
Here and there. I am saying it on a platform so that people, this useless people that is supporting Samanepa, that they should go back home and make sure. I am calling the Anambra State Governor, Imo State Governor. If you are hiding the atrocity of Samanepa, then you are accomplice of it. Allow the media to go to the villages where these people dug up trench. They are throwing corpse of our people. Samanepa his boys will kill. They will cut off their head and throw them there. There is a man they came back to yes, they call them Sabo.
Let me
not only that, this guy,
and we can wrap it up this time. Okay, thank you so much for calling in. All right, and I hope that I hope that letting that out of your chest will also help. There's so much that people are bottling up on this matter, and I won't lie, I have heard enough too. But you stay safe there, okay? Take care, man. See, in all truest sense of it, right? If we open the kind of worms on how what people have bottled in on top this matter, it got so bad that people were being threatened. Like if you are living abroad, a member of your family who sees what you are writing on social media, or you mention Simon Ekpa, they will come to your inbox, threaten you and threaten your family back home. For real, on top of this Biafra matter. It got so bad, especially these last 2 years, that you will think Simon gets one special, juju or what have you on people. But it doesn't have anything. People just chose to kind of like take him so serious. They felt like, because there are people who felt like liberation or self-determination shouldn't be about talk. It should be about action. They wanted this kind of people who have besieged. In truest sense of it, right? I have a caller, okay? Hang in there for me, sir, all right? I'll connect you in a minute. In truest sense of it, there's been atrocities committed by the Nigerian government, Nigerian military, Nigerian police, DSS, state governments in eastern part of Nigeria. Most of these things are documented, all right? And the victims, the survivors of all these atrocities, their family members, a lot of them actually want their pound of flesh. They wanted a special force or another force that is more bigger than these old Nigeria forces, intimidating, harassing, and even killing the Easterners to come on board so that they can show these people, right, that, they don't have monopoly of violence. And because of that, this force of external force or something like that could defend the people against the oppressive ones, right, was meant to, in their mind, to neutralize forces like this. Imagine these guys who are actually like not Easterners, so they are not Easterners, but many like this are in the eastern part of Nigeria, terrorizing the people. So people like this are among the reasons why Simon Ekpa gained notoriety in eastern Nigeria. Because to them, they needed a force to chase the guys like this away.
Hey, aspa chokwene. Suicide. Hey, ogamari. Awe na nemadi yana dumman aspa. Agane aspa usmogu to Boropi to Lilu. AKA Dila Mankind. I no go die to where my God call me. You not get as one be where you never be before.
No be lie. Kowa esa bro.
That's what Sunny. Agata. Duru was a Latin Arnad and Burova. Alabia was Ibora. Basuba Kansu Alai. Basuba Kansu Garo. Basuba Kansu Alash. Gakumutana Meduguri Alash. Go out to what's a madante, Muganta Church. Go as a bro, what you got so don't was.
So people like that, they were shipped to eastern part of Nigeria. Their job is to terrorize the eastern part of Nigeria. There are others that were also sponsored by Asari Dokupig. Now, all these guys exist in eastern Nigeria, terrorizing the people. So the people of eastern Nigeria, especially those who are living abroad, seeing all these kind of videos and all that, they wanted someone who can actually terrorize these guys out of eastern Nigeria. So that was where Simon pitched himself in as the right candidate to scare them of eastern Nigeria. But rather than go after these ones alone, they started going after civilians that they considered as saboteurs. And this became the Achilles heel, where if you are living abroad and you are Igbo, and you condemn the atrocities of his BLA terrorists, there will be members of your family or members of your community that will go and tell them that they know your family house, they know your family members. Some of them will threaten you online. They will threaten you, and they will carry it out. So because of this, a lot of Igbos don't want to touch anything, Simon. Here you get. They don't want to say anything because they don't want to be targeted or killed. Some of them, when they return to Nigeria, they don't go to the eastern part of Nigeria. They will stay in Lagos or stay somewhere else, Abuja. This was how they spread the terror. So when you see his followers on Mayegun's Diary Politico trying to sound sanctimonious trolling, it's just kind of like a true picture of cowards, irresponsible loonies who don't want to take responsibility. We all know that there are third parties, these interested parties terrorizing the East. So the point is that when you begin to terrorize your own people, then you've lost your plot. That's the point. You've lost the plot. Here, Elder Theo.
Mayegun General.
Yes, sir. Baba.
You are blessed, my brother.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
We will continue to pray for you, and the Lord will continue to answer your prayers.
Amen. Oh, thank you very much.
It shall always be well with you.
He say,
Mayegun, before now, I want to believe that age has to do with the way people reason and behave. But I was so wrong. Because I later realized that stupid people grow old.
They do.
Also, foolish people grow old.
That is right.
Now, for someone like, what is his name again? Marison Moluka. I follow what was saying on the platform, and I gave it to him at a time. You know, these people, I am so sorry, and I'm not even sorry to say it. He said he lives in America.
He does.
Yeah, but some of them left Nigeria, but Nigeria did not leave them. So their sense of reasoning is damn too low. We are here when you are talking about Kolu, and everybody knows you are a pure Yoruba man.
Yes.
Like Kolu. And you didn't hide behind the finger to say it the way it is.
Yes.
But now he has the God to tell you not to talk about Samuel, not to talk about this. I mean, Before now, we are all waiting for December 2nd. Is that not what they said? That is going to declare Biafra by 2nd of December.
If you have been following him, right, it won't be the first time. In fact, if I am right, it will be the third time that he is declaring Biafra, though.
Mm-hmm.
But they are, they are following as well. In fact, they call the December 2nd redeclaration. Yeah. It's not declaration, it's declaration.
Redeclaration. Well, we are not surprised. Mayegun,
help me tell them, sir.
Their being cake has been so naked when the moi of Mayegun,
my own moi has been doing fashion.
I mean, fashion. So we know
the Kanu will sit down and watch my videos. He got so convinced that, man, this guy is unique, that he had to do a program to tell them that, guys, go and listen to that guy.
Go and listen to him.
Go and listen to him. You should be listening to him.
Oh my God.
So it's not now that somebody is going to say that I am jealous of one Ekpa.
I'm jealous of who? Who? Oh my God. Well, some mothers do have them anyways. So my brother, keep doing what you are doing. We love you and we will continue to pray for you.
Amen. Thank you so much, sir. We are out of time.
You are highly welcome.
I'm going to go get ready for the evening. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And again, you are not on Mayegun's diary political. I'll keep saying this, and I mean it. All right. You do not owe me anything. Okay. Or if you do find me truly interesting and agrees that, except if you have a bit of a support for the kind of people I talk about, except you have anything for them, you shouldn't ever be angry with whatever I say. Because when I say anything, it is not because I don't, what do you call it? I don't defame people. You know what that means? Like making up stories about people or lying against them. I don't. You'll be one of those low lives, low mental, people to actually take offense in whatever I do or say. And I have a bunch of them on Mayegun's diary political. I do. There are those who felt so much like I shouldn't expose the chancers, the opportunists, using the name Yoruba and Yoruba Nation for their own selfish agenda, for monetary gain and the rest. They don't like me, and I don't like them. There are those who feels like, a Yoruba man, a druggie, the drug addict, the drug pusher, thiefnubu, is a Yoruba man that if I had home training, I shouldn't be calling thiefnubu names. Yeah, people have come to defend the people they like, which I don't like, and they've used that to call me different names too. I will keep reminding you, I am not responsible for most of, for all, not even most, for all the atrocities happening in that contraption. Everybody agrees that Nigeria get problem. What everybody is not agreeing on is that there are people responsible for that problems. And if you want to mention the problems and the people responsible for the problems, you have to mention their names. And that's what I do. So if you are abusing me, it's because you are angry. I'm exposing some certain things. That's why you are abusing me. But you can't abuse me because I am responsible for your miserable existence. No, you can't. You can't say I am not taking criticism. What criticism should come from you? The victim of a rotten system. What is the criticism that should come my way? I am supposed to be unblemished. Because I am. I am unblemished. Yeah, I've got no stains when it comes to things that affect you. And you only come for me the moment you feel like I am talking about the people you probably love, respect, even if they are criminals. And I welcome that. You should also admit that. The reason why I don't like this Mayegun, why? Why would you not like Mayegun? That's the question. Oh, because Mayegun said something about, not you. I didn't say anything about you. I said something about the people you are a closet supporter of. And because of that, you are looking for what to say about me. And what would you say about me? You are so proud. You think you know everything. No, I never said I know everything. Right? You are so proud. You are so arrogant. Okay, so is there anything bad in being arrogant or proud? So telling you that you can't continue to be a closest supporter of criminals, whether they are your pastor or your imam or whoever they are to you. So if you take offense in what I do or what I say on Mayegun's Diary Politico, it is because you are offended by the people I speak about, which is okay. You should admit to that too. Don't come around and begin to try to call me names that are of what I am not. Anyway, we shall see again. This is just the beginning. Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
And on that note, we draw the curtain. I shall see you later this evening. If you are still going to be here, or maybe you probably unsubscribe. For your own mental health, right? It is ideal for you to stop following Mayegun for your own good. But if you stay on Mayegun's Diary Political to troll me, I do need depression. And I don't think both is going to be good for you. Because for me, I don't cherry pick. Once I pick on something, I'll speak my mind. You are free to disagree, 100% free to disagree. But if you come around to abuse me and do all of that, fine. Throw your, you can throw your tantrum, okay? But the moment you begin to cause nuisance in my comment section, then we'll get rid of you. That is not intolerance. It simply means we will not tolerate your nuisance. Thank you. I'll see you later. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Bó bá ṣe é, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Mayegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Súnrákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn Súnrákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn Súnrákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn Súnrákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn Súnrákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn Súnrákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn Súnrákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àníyàn Súnrákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.